been injured in an accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is the Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find the Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, the Monty Show, as always, presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. Let's hope you had a great weekend. No accidents. Didn't get into an accident with your car and a semi-truck. That happens all the time. It's not your fault that semi-truck was driving too fast or irresponsibly. You didn't deserve to get into that accident, but you do deserve an advocate where you never reach into your pocket to pay the advocates. In fact, you don't pay unless and until they win your case. Chat with an injury attorney live online 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. Happy Monday, July 28th. Yes, in fact, it is the last week of July, and we have a lot to get to today, but this Deion Sanders story, I think that's like, were you shocked? He sits up in a press conference today with his doctors and Rick George at Colorado and says he has bladder cancer. He can't pee the way he used to. He relies on Depends, and there's going to be a porta potty on the practice field. I mean, just absolutely shocking. Was that surprising to you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't, it wasn't great to have to listen to. I mean, it's definitely tough. It's definitely, not comfortable. Nobody would want to be in that position. And I think that, I appreciate Deion Sanders being so transparent. I mean, there's nothing requiring him to be that transparent. He could have just easily said that he was dealing with something and now he's back.
Yeah.
But he gave pretty much full transparency. And I think that's obviously that's great. But I think that people were kind of shocked to hear like, hey, I can't. When you have a guy like him come out and say like, hey, I can't pee the same, like that's kind of rough, dude.
I give the guy a lot of credit for talking about it, because why? Well, I mean, it is, I think, inspirational to a lot of people. I think in the Black community where healthy men you tend to take that for granted, and then you are sick, and there's a pride factor, there's a family factor. Deion Sanders, one of the most affluent men in this country, I think represents a lot of courage, a lot of thought, because it's not easy to deal with what he's dealing with. He's had 14 surgeries since he started at Jackson State, he said today. That's a lot of surgeries. That's a lot of health issues. I just think what he did today was incredibly brave. If I'm Colorado, I mean, I think he's an excellent role model, but now don't you have to be fearful for his well-being? Like, forget winning and losing football games. The guy has lost toes. The guy now has lost his bladder. Like, I mean, this is a really serious thing. And you have no idea what caused bladder cancer, right? But the stress of being the head coach of a major college football program, I don't think you can just write that off. I don't think you can just say like, hey, coaching's easy, or I mean, that's got to shorten your life being a head coach. And then you throw in bladder cancers and toe surgeries and staph infections, and
it's a lot to deal with. There's no doubt.
It's hellacious.
Yeah, there's a lot to deal with.
It is. I think when you look at the way that he has had to handle his health, that he had to sit up there today with his doctor and the support staff that have been with him since day one, just to stop people from talking about or wondering about his health. I mean, it was a pretty remarkable thing to see. How often do we see this in college football or in sports in general. Not often.
Yeah, I just don't think you almost never see it. I think the transparency is really the big thing. I mean, the stuff he was talking about was incredibly difficult, and I just think that he, I think he's really good about understanding like who he is and the opportunity he has, even with cancer being the topic of discussion and all the side effects of that and the things he's lost. I think he does a really good job of understanding, like, hey, I am Deion Sanders. Like, if I talk about it, maybe that could help some other people talk about it. Like, I think he appreciates that opportunity, which is why, he talks about it. And, it's definitely, it's good for the world, in my opinion.
And I think, again, and I think this is a matter of fact. I don't think I'm playing the race card, but as a prominent black man, you can see, and if you watch his shows, he takes it seriously. Strong black men do not like to talk about their health issues. The black community has a certain level of distrust in the medical system. They don't believe that they will get quality care. And so to hear Deion Sanders sit up there and praise his doctors and talk about the process, and I think it's such a brave thing to do, the courage that takes to sit there and talk about incontinence. He's talking about the fact that he has to use Depends underwear because he does not have control of his bladder.
Mm-hmm.
That is unbelievable.
I mean, it would be really easy to be embarrassed about that, right? I mean, it would be easy to just sort of try to run from that and try to keep it private, but that's never really been his thing. I mean, that's never really been his personality. He's always kind of embraced the media, in different forms and fashions, through his playing career and now his coaching career. Like, it's just, he's never been the guy that hasn't, worked with the media in that sense. And so to see I think what we see a lot of now is when things are going good, people want to talk to the media. When things are going bad, people don't want to talk to the media.
That's right.
Like, it's pervasive in golf. It's pervasive in other one-off sports where there's not a lot of obligation to talk to the media. And so, like, this type of thing, like, he didn't have to do this today.
No.
Like, there was no, like, media obligation today, but he knew that it was an ongoing conversation and something that,
it would have dominated fall camp.
Like,
There's no question.
I think it would have been a distraction. And I think that's what people would have been talking about instead of, football and the kids and the development and where the team's going to be, all the usual stuff. So I just think it was really good on a number of levels. Like, yes, you were transparent. Yes, you gave people an opportunity to feel a little bit better, maybe about themselves if they were struggling with something similar, but also about you. But then additionally, you did a good job of coaching there, because now you can go to your kids and you can say, hey, like, I just had one of the hardest conversations that I could literally ever have in my life in front of the media. Like, you and I are going to talk about why you're not doing good in class or whatever it might be. So I think he's doing also a good job of role modeling for the team.
Yeah, I just think he's such a strong dude, and I give him a lot of credit for that. And
this is going to be a difficult season ahead too. Like, I mean, obviously first season without Shedeur and Travis, but I think that it's still a big opportunity, because now you're really, by everyone's standard, right? The haters, the lovers, the unbelievers, as he says, like, everybody's on the same page now. Like, now, hey, this is Deion coaching the team, getting the most out of kids that are not his son and, his best friend who happened to be a generational football player. Like, it's different.
I just thought it was an incredible moment. And then you get into these rankings of coaches. Deion Sanders ranks 7th by CBS Sports in the Big 12. Coach Prime goes into year 3 at Colorado with a new set of weapons. Gone are Shedeur and Shiloh and Travis Hunter. Sanders can coach and recruit and has resurrected the Buffs program in college football's eyes. This year will be a new challenge with a new cast of characters after falling a few plays short of perhaps playing for a Big 12 title last year.
So that verbiage right there is something that I think needs to be talked about. The verbiage of resurrected the Colorado program. So yes, he's resurrected that program. I agree with that. Like, you took a program that literally nobody talked about, was never relevant, nobody cared about, and now they care about it. They talk about it. They watch you on ESPN all the time. Like, Deion did that. But I think that this is definitely a new chapter. In my opinion, you've left the honeymoon phase now.
Yes.
And you are now in the, hey, it's time to not get saved by Shador repeatedly. And now it's time to like actually see what you're made of, because this is real world. This is bigger stuff now. This isn't, you're not at the HBCU anymore. You're not at a lower level. This is big time college football. And now I think you're going to see what this guy is really made of. Like, they had some tests, but I think that comfort level of having Shador there was an easy cop out for the haters.
Well, and I think then you throw in this sickness thing with the cancer.
Yes.
And they released a video today, a kind of a teaser of his Prime show. He has a show on Amazon Prime kind of documenting his life. And I think it was May 9th. He was going in to get treatment. And the night before, he had to write out a will. And it's on my Twitter feed, The Monty Show, Monty, The Monty Show. And you can just see the real weight of the world on his shoulders, because he had never thought about having to write out a will. And now you're at a place where you have bladder cancer, you have a tumor in your bladder, and it's got to be removed. And there's a chance this is going to end your life. And you have to make a will. Like, I just think
not
it's
something you do every day.
It's not something you even think about.
Yeah.
Right? It's not something you even contemplate.
Well, and I would even go as far as to say, I mean, over the last several years, we've kind of seen in different parts of our family, the concept. It's funny you bring that up. The concept of having a will or not having a will. Like, I don't think enough people have a will, like, because we just don't think about it. It's not something that's like, oh yeah, like I'm 30, I need a will.
Well, how many people?
You know
how many
mean?
people have like an advance directive? Even like, do you want people to go through extraordinary measures, and do you want to live on a ventilator, and do you want to, like, all these things that we don't even think about? Now, Mrs. Monty and I have thought about all these things. We have a will and advance directives. Like, we've talked to each other about that. But you're a multimillionaire. You're one of the greatest NFL players ever. You in a lot of ways probably feel bulletproof, and then you get the phone call that nobody wants. You get the phone call from your doctor saying, "Hey, we got a serious problem here.
Got to talk."
That's wild. And it's funny, all this is happening Wednesday. I go and get the rectus maximus.
Right.
Wednesday, I go get my yearly physical. My wife's physical's tomorrow.
Hugh Janus.
Yeah, it's not something I'm excited about, but I actually am really looking forward to it. But I can't imagine when you get that phone call and it's not the phone call you want from your doctor.
Yeah.
That's terrifying, dude. So, and then there's the whole headline that I'm sure is going to rile most fans. That is that Utah apparently runs the Big 12. And I should tread lightly, and
Bro.
I probably need to go Donnie and get some glass put up in here. Like, hey man, check the building tops.
Bro, do we need to get the fake ear out for you too?
Utah runs the Big 12. Say less.
Whoa.
Right? Like, look, fat ass. You guys don't even. You're an SEC program. What do you know? Because that's coming. Through no ranking of my own.
Yeah, don't blame us for this nonsense.
Jackwagons. Blame on 3. Well, really, blame on 3 for writing a story that The Athletic already wrote, but they needed content, so they stole the idea. The Athletic ranked programs by financial evaluation
Program
of all 68 college football teams in the power conferences. And so, of course, we're going to look at the Big 12.
Stay hard.
Here are the rankings. Number 1, Oak State. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I can't even say that with a straight face. Number 1, the University of Utah. Let's go. All right, Big 12. Yeah. It's a Utah show now.
Yeah.
I'm a bad person, I admit. Yeah. How about Joe Rogan with a hell of an episode? Never mind. Different time. Utah, $539 million, the most valuable team in the Big 12. 29th overall. Utah also has the benefit of being the top school in the country's #1 state in real gross domestic product.
GDP.
Reaching 4.5% in 2024, according to data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Athletic favorably compared the Big 12's top programs to Sportico's valuation of MLS teams, which they use as a baseline for college football valuations. And Utah, by far, not close. The #1 most valuable team in the Big 12. Jake, are you surprised by that?
Initially I was, just because the Big 12 has schools in Texas, obviously. And Texas is doing big things. But, you start to think about, the administration at Utah and how well run they are. And I was like, well, maybe it's not as surprising as we think, because obviously, like, Utah's made really good decisions. Utah's really good about their costs, their P&L, if you will. Like, they're really good about those different parts of the business. So I wasn't that surprised, but at the same time, like, obviously Utah being #1 in the Big 12, when you think about the other schools that are in contention, if you will, I think has a lot of people surprised, because what people have done is they've said, oh, well, Texas Tech. What about Texas Tech? But if you think about it, if you're looking at most valuable, market size has to come into place, right? Total economic GDP, as you just heard, has to come into place. So for me, once you get into it, Utah's not really that surprising at #1. But I think when you go down the list and you start to see, okay, well, here's middle of the pack, like you joked, Oklahoma State. Like, you look at where Oklahoma State is on this list, like they're not last or anything, but it's a little surprising.
Well, and I think the other thing you got to remember in the overall rankings, and I guess I can screenshot this. Make sure that you guys brace your jaw. I don't want it to slam on the ground, because some of the valuation numbers, these numbers are absolutely wild. That I'm going to show you, and Utah being the most valuable team in the conference ain't really saying much. I'm not sure that I'd be holding on to this like it's some kind of badge of honor, because Texas is $2.38 billion. $2.38 billion.
Cold-blooded, clean, methodical, and thorough.
And see what happened was Utah's at $500 million. Half. #1 in the ACC. That'd be Florida State at $867 million. #1 in the Big Ten, the Ohio State, $1.9 billion. Obviously, Texas #1 in the SEC, but it shows you the gap, the span that we are talking about. And you start looking at, and I know Big Ten runs the world and they're the best conference that your mom's ever seen, but your mom's banker has a different opinion, because look at all the orange. That's all SEC, friends. And that's Texas, Georgia. Wow. Even though our coach can't count past 10, how about Notre Dame, our mother? Huh?
Notre Dame, our mother.
Huh? How about billionaires in South Bend? God damn it, $1.85 billion. Bama, Oklahoma, Tennessee, LSU, Florida, Auburn, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
I mean, it's a pretty impressive list when you look at it. And again, what you don't see here is you don't see any Big 12 teams, and you see Florida State. The top half of this table is dominating.
But Monty.
No, but
Monty. Big 12.
No, but
We
Monty.
have good schools in this conference, and
all money.
We
got all money.
Are out here doing NIL and having good press conferences and everything.
Does this matter? Do you care?
Yeah, I think it matters.
I think it
I
matters
think it matters
substantially.
massively.
I think it's a
there's
big
a
deal.
reason that kids want to go to, the usual suspects, the Ohio
100%.
States, the Texases,
Ohio State.
The usual.
Ohio State.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. Ohio State. The usual suspects, because they know that there's plenty of money. They know that it's the best facilities. They know that it's great culture and a great time, and like all those things matter, man. And I just think that's why we, us, the program, have such an issue with the mediocrity in this conference lately. Like, dude, like at some point, this conference needs to have, 4 or 5 schools in the mix for the college football playoff come, end of year, right? I mean, hell, this year, like, let's just right now. Like, dude, October, November, I don't want to just be talking about 2 teams from the Big 12 even having a chance and that one of them is going to get in just by the process. Like, I don't want to be having that conversation again.
Yeah, and I think you're gonna, because I think if you look at the way this conference stacks up on the field for football, I think it's a very shallow conference. I think, and I know we've talked a lot about Avery Johnson at K-State. Homie needs the ball out. He needs to be that dude. Because I think you're looking at Utah. I still maintain Utah's going to be very good, but their schedule's tough. I look at the top 5 on this financial ranking. TCU number 2 at $523 million. Texas Tech number 3 at $440 million. Let that sink in. Utah is number 1 at $539 million. Number 3 is Texas Tech, $100 million valuation behind Utah. Now, obviously, a lot of that is it's Lubbock. It's not a major metropolitan area.
Yes.
You're not going to have that kind of GDP. You're not going to have that kind of population. It isn't a major population based. It's an island unto itself in West Texas, right? This isn't Fort Worth, which is why you have TCU at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the economics of it, right?
But that's what makes it so incredible that you're spending at the level you are in athletics.
Yeah, and then $70 million behind Texas Tech at number 4 is Oak State at $373 million. And it's wild to me, where their football revenue is $57.3 million is all the money that Oak State makes on football. And it's a shockingly shitty number.
Yeah.
And it's one, again, I just point to, that's not going to change until Mike Gundy's not on the sideline at Oak State, right? Number 4, Arizona State. Most of their money comes from Tempe, the major metropolitan. It's one of the largest population centers in the country now. I don't know how many people realize that. Phoenix Tempe has become an absolute behemoth for humanity, which we'll see how long that lasts. 6 Iowa State, 7 Colorado, 8 K-State, 9 BYU. Now, what's interesting to me about BYU is their numbers are private, right? They are valued at $306 million. But this, I can tell you, is not true. $306 million valuation, despite having one of the Big 12's lowest average football revenues at $43.7 million.
Yeah, that's just not.
You don't have any idea what they make in football.
You don't know what they make in football.
No.
So I would love to know where that, what, because the reality is that's just an estimation for, if you're
100%. You're guessing.
You have no idea what they actually make.
Yeah, and they're moving now into that upper tier, by the way. Because their distributional level out.
But I would even go as far as to say, if you look at their behavior in athletics, like what they're doing in NIL, what they spend, if you look at, as the resident facility guy, Oak State James always brings up, their facilities
because they're building an IPF to block the Mountain View in Provo.
God forbid, a football stadium in the state of northern Utah would see the mountains of northern Utah. Like, dude,
number 10, West Virginia, and here's where it gets ugly. Arizona 11, Baylor 12th.
Okay, we need to talk about Baylor, dude.
Baylor 12, UCF 13, Kansas 14, Cincinnati 15, Houston, Texas 16 at $91 million. How is that even possible? Houston's got to get moving. Yeah, and then we do have to talk about I'm not the biggest Dave Aranda fan.
What?
Right? But now he's got this problem with little people. And you explain it to me, because I can't explain what Dave Aranda's doing here.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they talk about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this.
Okay, wait. There's much more of that. Did you just say throwing midgets?
What?
And wait. Did you say woof? What's a woof? Isn't that the sound a dog makes?
Oh, he don't know nothing.
What's a woof? The Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know what that is.
Come on, Mr. Clean. Have you not seen the soft porn of The Wolf of Wall Street? I have never heard of The Wolf of Wall Street.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they talk about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this midget, can he roll there? And you go, no, he doesn't roll. You throw him. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? I think if you start talking, they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think that we're making fun of them. So then I'm gonna start, they may get mad at us. And then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us. And they go, one of us. And I think that's the thing with coaching, call it recruiting, is it's that way. They talk about acquiring players, getting rid of players, just like that. And the whole thing underneath all that is they make them think they're one of us. You know what I mean?
I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man.
Dave.
What am I supposed to say to that?
What? Like, bro.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
How many times can you get in midget? How many times can you not have any idea what the hell you're talking about? I still don't know what woof is. And I'm supposed to be surprised that you're one of the least valuable teams in the Big 12 with that crown jewel running your football program.
Facial recognition.
Are you out of your mind? The Wolf of Wall Street. At least Kirk Signetti's on Google.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro.
Like, of all the jackwagon coaches, at least Dave Aranda, you could do us the pleasure of pronouncing wolf. I don't know, like not a psycho serial killer.
Google me.
Like just absolute madman. Who says woof? Did you bite your tongue?
Yes.
You must have been having some kind of issue with a seizure of some sort when you decided to throw out midget 57 times in the span of 40 seconds to equate chemistry in your locker room and one of us. It's not, see, here's the problem, Wolf. It's not a proud moment in the movie. It's a movie about debauchery, sex, and felonies.
You fucking donkey.
And now, Wolf, you've brought out midget rolling. One of us. No, thanks. I don't want to be one of you. I'm good, Wolf, without being one of you. Like, hello? Like, how bad?
It's bad, dude. That's one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
Help me.
Dude.
Help me.
Like, that's one of the worst takes I've ever heard, bro.
Like,
honestly.
I truly do not get it. And I want to understand it. But you can't even God damn it, you're a Baptist and you can't even say wolf.
Fuck you. You suck.
Like, what? This just hit all wrong for me. I don't even know. Yeah.
I just don't even know what he was thinking. What do you mean your take was, let me reference the throwing little people scene from The Wolf of Wall Street.
No,
to talk
the
about
wolf.
My bad. what do you mean your strategy was to reference the little people throwing scene from the Wolf of Wall Street in reference to how your coaching staff in your great woofing program go about doing NIL and recruiting?
And you did this, and I'm going to play the video again. You did this in front of the Texas High School Coaches Association, where the banner says, helping coaches help kids. Brother. Let's talk about porn and midget tossing for sexual purposes in a movie called Wolf of Wall Street.
Macaque.
What? Like, what?
And we're supposed to feel bad for this dude.
Yeah, I'm amazed by it.
Yes, I'd rather have the mullet. Yes, I would.
I don't.
Holy crap, dude.
I don't know. What are your hopes for Baylor this year?
Dude,
if you had to predict, do they win the conference? Oak State James says they're the best team in the league and they're going to go undefeated.
No, I mean, I don't think they're going undefeated. I certainly don't think they're winning the conference. Not when dude's out here dropping wolf bombs at his press conference. But I don't know, man. This program is head scratching, right? Like, theoretically, they should be better. Theoretically, after what you did last year, you knocked out a quarterback early in the year last year. You put Utah in a tough spot, and then you were just kind of mediocre like the rest of the year. Like, you were kind of there, but kind of not. Arizona State stepped in for you. Like, Baylor should be what we would call blue blood of the Big 12. Are they not? Right? Baylor, Oklahoma State, TCU, hell, Iowa State. Those are the programs that should be carrying this conference. Yet here we are having to talk about a press conference where you're referencing that kind of movie in that kind of setting instead of talking about how good you're doing in NIL or maybe a facilities upgrade or a great generous donation from one of your wonderful supporters who's never seen the Wolf of Wall Street because they're a great God-fearing person. Like, come on, dude. Dave, you got to do better, bro. Like, anytime something like this happens, I don't care who you are. I'm going to ask you, bro. What were you doing?
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this midget, can he roll there? And you go, no, he doesn't roll. You throw him. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? I think if you start talking, they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think we're making fun of them, so then I'm gonna start, they may get mad at us, and then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us, and they go, one of us, and I think that's the thing with coaching, call it recruiting, is it's that way. They talk about acquiring players, getting rid of players, just like that, and the whole thing underneath all that is they make them think they're one of us, you know what I mean? And it's like, but I don't know. Do you have to do that to win? That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to throw midgets to win, you probably should get out of coaching, Dave.
It sucks.
Like, what?
Is that not one of the craziest things you've ever heard? And
shut the fuck up, Donnie.
You did it at the Texas High School Coaches Association.
I agree with you. We should show it just a snippet so you can see the background. What does it say in the background, dude?
Read the background here, dude.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about throwing midgets, and it's like,
helping coaches help kids.
Wolf.
All right, so look, guys, everybody take a name. Take a name.
Guys.
Bring it in. Take a name. So I want to talk about the Wolf of Wall Street, and they were midget tossing, and then they made them feel like they were one of us. I want you guys to know I view you like those midgets. You're all one of us. All right, Coach, thanks.
Man, really, dude, Coach, that was so inspirational. Gosh, I can't believe that
family.
Family. Like, this is Brian Kelly 18.0, except
no, Vin
it's
Diesel.
Worse, dude.
It's Vin Diesel.
Holy
family.
crap.
Family. Like, yeah.
Bro.
And then you just roll up. Like, what are we doing? Yes, Mike Smith. Baylor's new PR director is holding his cock, right?
Right? Like, is that not what this is?
His cock.
Right? Like, that's what this is.
Oh, it's just you can't possibly make it up.
The only difference is Dave didn't have homegirl on the right here to warn him that saying holding his cock probably wasn't a good idea.
Here, and I do want to show you the other side of the. There's a different angle of the Dave Aranda press conference that we have exclusively here on the Monty Show.
Dave's in opposition. Anita Dick is an opponent. Waves in opposition. Holden Hiscock is also an opponent. Hiscock.
That angle doesn't help Dave look any better. What's up, Wolf?
Here I am.
Aren't you a psycho if you say wolf with woof? Aren't you just a psychotic
That's like
murderer?
The people who say the Minnesota Wolves, right? Like anybody saying woof or wolves, like, you know, there's an L in there, right, Dave? Right?
Yeah. What team does A-Rod own? The Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, who says that? You're going to prison.
What?
Right? Who says that? It's just, it is so
Waves in opposition.
It is so on point for Dave Aranda. And then the other video we have is Dave walking back into the president at Baylor University called him into her office. Here's the cell phone video she took when he got to her office.
Oh, fucking God.
I want the best people.
Hey, Wolf, you've grown some hair, bud.
Nice job.
It's crazy. Anyway, I just short of a David Koresh mention, I don't know what other psychos live in Waco, but you can put, Mr. Wolf Aranda on that list now.
Like, I can't believe there wasn't more outrage that he used the word midget. Like, that's allegedly offensive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you... And they roll him at one point. They're like, hey, man, can we just roll him up there? Like, no, we want him to feel like one of us. And that's how I do it at Baylor. One of us. We don't have the baby oil. Diddy took all that. But trust me when I say Wolf of Wall Street lives in Waco. Okay. All right, Dave, your time here's done.
Like, come on, bro.
Would you not have at least said to him, hey, we can't be saying midgets?
But this is my point. This is one of those clips where it's like, dude went out on the reservation. Bro said, nope, not following the talking points I was given by the PR team. I'm just going to go out here and pull the Wolf of Wall Street card, mention midgets, and then try to parlay that into a recruiting point.
Yeah, I'm amazed by it.
That seems really smart.
I am amazed by it.
And then this on the heels of last year's offseason, you saying that you're turning into a machine and that you're not going to deal with people anymore.
Yeah, and Kate on Twitter says now I have to call him Wolf the entire year.
Crap.
Happy to do it. Like I am.
He's no longer Mr. Clean. He's no longer 8-ball or first team all Gatorade cooler guy. That's not his name anymore. He's Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, I'm 100%. It's Wolf of Waco now.
Damn.
Right? Like it is.
Yeah, Wolf of Waco, exactly.
The Wolf of Waco. All right, couple more. Chris Faithful. I think PR probably thought they didn't need to give him a list of slurs or such to not use. Hey, look, he's just going. Listen. What's it? Look. Hey, Dave, we don't have to give you a list here. Okay. You're just going to the Texas High School Coaches Association. Like Joey McGuire used to be in that meeting. So don't feel like you're going to get fired and one of those guys is going to replace you.
Do you feel like you're comfortable with the list of approved terms for little people?
Hey, Dave, did you study that sensitivity packet that we gave you during the Obama administration? Remember when Barack was in office, we gave you words you can't say because he's a liberal? You remember that? Okay, you studied it, right? Right? Give me a wink there, 8-ball. Apparently not. I asked him if he studied it.
So
not my fault.
Dave, we asked you before the presser if you were comfortable with that. Now, after the presser, you dropped a
man.
midget bomb and a woof bomb. Was there any consideration about how that would look and affect the university?
Woof of Wall Street. Don't you fire his ass
listen,
just for saying
dude,
woof?
You can get away with human or program or, dude, you're citing the name of the
Ohio
movie.
State. You can say Ohio State.
Ohio State. Here, let me get that back out of the bag.
Ohio State.
Nobody thinks you're going to murder people for saying Ohio State.
Ohio
Yeah,
State.
run that
Right?
clip back, right?
Right?
Listen to this dude talk really quick. Just really quick, 2 seconds.
It's almost part of Kirk Cignetti's personality when he says stupid stuff with a terrible accent.
Here's the bottom line, okay? We picked up an extra home game, and we play 9 conference games. You know, the 2 best conferences in college football, any football guy that's objective will tell you, is the Big Ten and the SEC. All right? 12 of the 16 SEC teams play 3 G5 or an FCS game. 12 of those teams play 36 games, 29 G5 games.
Tell me he doesn't look like he's on the
FCS games. And 1 less conference game.
Conference.
All right?
All right.
So I figure we'd just adopt SEC scheduling philosophy. You know, some people don't like it. I'm more focused in on those 9 conference games.
Conference.
You know, not only do we want to play 9 conference games.
Wait for it.
Conference.
Okay, and have the 4-4 championship, the playoff format. Okay. We want to have play-in games to decide who plays in those playoffs. You know, championship weekend. Let's play 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. You want to decide that on the field? Make sure everybody's strength of schedule is what it needs to be. Let's make everybody play 9 conference games, and on championship weekend, 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5, and there's still room for another at large in that format.
Okay.
And why shouldn't the Big Ten have 4 AQs? Because Ohio State actually finished 4th.
Ohio State.
In the season. Indiana, Penn
You're
State
like,
were
that's
tied for
fine.
second. They won the tiebreaker. Ohio State won national championship.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Conference. Okay?
Ohio
Conference. Conference. Now we can't say
Like, we're good, dude.
we can't say, you know, like whatever, however you say program. Now we have to say conference. Conference. Woof. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Yeah, tell me he doesn't have the 10,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody like,
Dude, he's borderline crazy-eyed Adam Gase.
yeah, he's like, he's looking past you. Just look at his eyes.
Here's the bottom line, okay? We picked up an extra home game, and we play 9 conference games.
Conference.
You know, the 2 best conferences in college football, any football guy that's objective will tell you, is the Big Ten and the SEC. All right? 12 of the 16 SEC teams play 3 G5 or an FCS game. 12 of those teams play 36 games.
And it almost feels like his head is inflated.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
FCS
A little
games, and 1 less conference game.
Conference.
All right? So,
The only difference is you can see more of Dave's head than you can Kurt's.
And that it is like, if you listen to, who is another uncomfortable speaker? If you listen to, look at Tony Petitti. How out of command with this haircut is Tony Petitti?
Well, the first part, I'm going to confirm that we did submit a letter. It's not uncommon in proceedings for a conference office to weigh in on. I'm not going to address what the contents of the letter we sent are. And because it's an ongoing process, I don't think it's appropriate for me to comment about whether it's enough or not while there are individuals deliberating. I don't think that's the right thing to do in the process. You know, look, I will say, having gone through this, one thing to point out is that
he's just it's so awkward.
Shut the fuck up, Doug.
Right? And then there is, if you don't agree with me, I'm just smarter than you guys.
They are doing a full audit of the selection process to figure out how they can modernize
like with the
and
twisted mouth
and how they use data
and
how certain metrics can be more heavily weighted. Most importantly, they have a great leader.
I'd vote for him.
Mac Rose of Baylor. And I have a lot of faith in Mac Rhodes and the work he's doing with the selection committee. So I have a lot of faith in what they're doing. And 5'11" is fair. We want to earn it on the field.
Yeah, that's totally smarter than you guy. That's smarter than you guy for sure.
And then there's just guy who's like, yeah, listen, I'm going to go get another beer because you're too stupid for me.
I don't need lectures from others about good of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't lecture others about good of the game.
Yeah. Let's get off my lawn.
Coordinating press releases about good of the game.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. You can issue your press statement, but
you can
I'm
fuck
actually
off.
looking for ideas to move us forward.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Right? And none of that compares to Wolf.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where they're talking about throwing midgets in, and it's like, hey, this midget.
Just look how awkward his hands are.
Can you roll there? And you go, no.
Why are they flat?
Roll. You throw them. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing.
Notice the one of us technique.
And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? I think if you start talking, they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think we're making fun of them.
And then I'm going to go out there and
so
shank
I'm
them.
going to start, they may get mad at us.
Wait. What if in your mind you put Wolf in a prison outfit sitting on the yard and he's explaining like how to go and shank somebody? That's what this feels like to me. Like, how am I the only one freaked out that Wolf has his hands flat on the table?
It's a little weird. There's no.
And
doubt
then
it's
he's like, tell me that he's not talking about killing somebody.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where they're talking about throwing midgets in, and it's like, hey, this midget.
Look at the deep eyes.
And the comfort. Notice the comfort.
Can you roll there? And you go, no, he doesn't roll.
No.
You throw him. You know what I mean?
Not enough.
And they're
pain.
made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? I think if you start talking, they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think that we're making fun of them.
There's
so
a technique.
I'm going to start, they may get mad at us. And then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us. And they go,
yeah, bring them in closer. Make them think they're one of us. And then you shiv that motherfucker. Right? Like, that's what it feels like to me. That Wolf has got, he is not, there's nothing behind the eye. I'm telling you now, those eyeballs are set so far back in his head that there's nothing there. There's lights are out. Lights are on. Nobody's home. Dude, Wolf, that's probably too much now, but you get my point. Brandon Unruh, Dave's been smoking that pipe just like Tech fan that think they're going to win the Big 12 this year. Wow.
Damn.
Pew, pew.
Jesus.
Joey taking sprays.
Bro.
Next time, roll out Wheeler Walker Jr. lyrics, I guess. Just crazy. Big Blue Horses, what are all these guys? What are all these guys are missing in the forest of the trees? In the CFP and area, the only thing that matters is winning college football playoffs. Okay, that might be true.
That doesn't change the fact that he said wolf versus wolf.
And what the hell does Wolf know about throwing midgets at a sex party? Man, you know what? I want to have a crazy cocaine infused. And what were the pills? They were uppers. Yeah, or downers, whatever they were. I want Quaaludes.
Quaaludes.
I want a sex crazed party with Quaaludes. Who can I get some advice for on that? Yeah, Dave Aranda. I'm gonna go Dave Aranda. They call him the Wolf down in Waco. No, I'm not going to Dave Aranda. I am not.
Waco Wolf.
The Wolf of Waco.
Yeah.
Not named Koresh.
Yeah. A different wolf.
Are you out of your mind, David?
You're out of your freaking mind.
Aranda admires Jeffrey Dahmer. What?
I'm just telling you, the dude's weird, bro. The dude is absolutely weird. And I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Every time, again, not to be dramatic, but every time we hear one of these coaches do one of these weird-ass press conferences, and most of the time it's in the NFL, but when it bleeds into college football, like the Deshaun The Deshaun Foster thing last
Oh
year
my God.
at UCLA, like
This year, not last year. It was
last
just as
year-
bad this year.
Yeah, this year was a slight improvement, but like, dude, anytime a head coach or an official in college football or the NFL does this weird ass stuff up on the podium, I'm like, dude, like, what were you thinking, bro? Like, what are you doing?
Conference.
Yeah.
Tell
Like-
who scares you more just based on the way they look while they're talking? Like dead behind the eyes, woof, or just Google me, right? Like Cignetti's a little
Cignetti
strange.
is a little scarier.
He's that guy who's got that. He's the guy. Have you guys ever seen the video of the
Google me?
Yeah, the guy who rips his shirt off on the golf course.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been to hell, or whatever he said. I can't remember what he
where
screams.
he's wearing the green polo shirt and
he
gets all
rips
pissed
it off, and he's like, you want us to go to hell? I've been to hell.
Yeah.
That's who Kirk Cignetti reminds me of, right? Like, you can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Mape says Aranda has Diddy and Bill Cosby on speed dial.
Chill, bro.
Dave Aranda does not own baby oil.
Bruh.
He does not. Rock and Rant. Aranda kind of looks like D'Onofrio is. Yes, he does. Oh, my God. Yes, he. Oh,
Okay,
my
pull it
God.
up. I need to see it. Pull it up.
Oh, my God. Yes, he does. Have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket, Jake?
Not front to
I
back.
know you have not seen.
Not front to back. I've seen bits and pieces.
You've seen bits and pieces.
What?
You've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yes.
Okay. Now you guys tell me.
Bro, he does.
Yeah, I'm
He
aware.
does.
This is an incredible pull out of Rock and Rant.
Bro. Dude.
Or Full Metal Jacket or Woof. Bro. Bro.
Woof.
Bro.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about throwing midgets in.
Bro.
Bro, we have questions.
Okay, Jake, coach or Pile or whatever
Buddy.
that Woof. Jake's your guy. You find him.
Yeah, boy.
That's dude. That is scary. Yes.
That's great work.
Not
by you,
funny.
dude.
Not funny.
That is great work by you, dude.
Not funny. Oh my God.
Perhaps
Dude.
play a little game called Just a Tip.
Oh my God. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But Monty, call Woof. No, I won't call him by his real name. I will not call him Quaaludes. Yes.
No, yeah. Buddy's been added to the list of we're not referencing you by your name anymore because
Yeah.
you gave us better material.
He has no name.
Yeah.
Right.
A woof who shall not be named.
Exactly. Just waiting for him to answer the first question with I am Groot.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
Real conversationalist there. TJ Beck, hello. Monty and Jake, who in the Big 12 is a good fit and ready to go to the Big 10? Utah and maybe Arizona State. If they had the correct Tier 1 research accreditation, just spitballing. Why would you?
Why do this?
TJ?
Why? See,
It's
we're
Monday.
having such a nice time, dude.
It's dead. It's
well, Monty, Utah's going to the Big 10 and you can't stop it, okay?
it is the college football dead period now because we're waiting for fall camps to open.
Yeah, we can't just play woof and 8-ball here.
And
dude.
you got to whip out Tier 1 research accreditation.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Do you know how many people just drove off the road listening to you say those words? Well,
Shut
me,
the fuck up, Donnie.
right, but I read it because I only said it
Shut the fuck
because
up, Donnie.
I didn't say it. I
What are we
read
doing?
what he had said. Like, come on. It's serious.
I sifted through all that.
Okay. Aranda uses turtle wax scalp formula. Fumes are getting to him. Maybe.
Apparently, dude.
Kay Sumbry, what's up, Kay? Good to see you. Utah can't win the Big 12. Better yet, do something in the Big 10. I don't think it was being serious. I mean, who are you, North Carolina?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, let me ask you this a little bit, seriously. Because I had a really intense conversation with somebody down on Tobacco Road. About whether or not North Carolina is willing to blow up the ACC. And I'm curious what you guys think of this. Because I do believe that North Carolina cares about the history and tradition of the ACC conference.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, conference.
Conference.
And most people that I have spoken to think that they would absolutely drop a nuke on this conference and leave if they were not doing it alone. That they have no problem, North Carolina, leaving the ACC in a group, but they would not do it alone.
Where have we seen this before? Where have we seen this before? This is not our first time hearing of this sentiment in college football, is it? We have heard this before. Oh, quote, we can't be seen to be raiding the Pac-12. You guys remember that little line? Can't be seen to be raiding the Pac-12 for our own game.
Because I will tell you that if Duke and North Carolina wanted to leave, they could do so today. Finances would not be an issue.
Yeah, together they have the power. There's no doubt.
And I think, first of all, we're all arguing about things that won't happen probably at a minimum for 2 years because of the money. But I think it's a minimum of three years. But they can write their own ticket. I mean, the Big Ten, I believe, has a standard form with North Carolina on it, just sitting on the fax machine waiting to send it to Bill Belichick's nipples. I could be wrong. It's an easy path for me to. Anyway, said Bill and Jordan.
Take with that on the screen.
You know, I believe that the Big Ten has an invitation just in an envelope waiting to mail it for Jordan to approve it for Bill.
After the envelope calculations.
I think the Big Ten, I know for a fact the Big Ten would take North Carolina and Duke today, right now.
Yeah.
The Big 12 would take North Carolina and Duke right now. I think the SEC would want Duke and North Carolina today. The bigger question, I think, in this whole thing, and I think a lot of people don't talk about it, what is NC State's role in North Carolina's future? Because we've bandied this about, and again, in the middle of a passionate conversation, I was told that I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to North Carolina and North Carolina State, because they were again compared to BYU and Utah in a phone conversation I had about how what's best for one is best for both, but one would act without the other. Because when I was told that, I said, well, you know, Utah left and went to the Pac-12 without BYU. And eventually what wound up happening? Utah wound up chasing BYU into the Big 12. And it all pretty much went the way it probably should have, with BYU and Utah being in the same conference. So my feeling is North Carolina and North Carolina State can act independently. I'm not sure that they would.
Well, I just don't know that that's in the best interest of everybody involved. I think there's mutual benefit to them figuring that out. But the problem is that I think that they're just not on the same page overall.
I think
value difference.
When this move happens, it won't be Florida State. My opinion is, and this is just my opinion based on conversations I've had, I think it'd be North Carolina, North Carolina State, Duke, and Miami. I think it'd be those four. And I think that they would not go to the SEC. I think they'd end up in the Big Ten. Because the Big Ten's willing to pay more, and the Big Ten is willing to give them full shares. And I think that's the biggest question. If you move to the SEC and you're North Carolina and Duke, fine. You're probably both getting full shares right out of the gate.
Right.
But if you stipulate North Carolina State, and if Duke won't move without Carolina, which is what most people think, you're going to have a fourth ACC team to go with. And while I think Louisville would probably be the best option, especially if it's the Big Ten, I think once Miami gets this on-campus stadium done, I think their value skyrockets exponentially.
Agreed.
And that's what I'm very curious to see, is how the politics in Coral Gables and South Florida impacts any move. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in the ACC who will not be sad to see Miami politicians gone from the conference.
Yeah, I think the hard part for the ACC is that theoretically speaking, they could actually have a really strong conference on the football field. Like when you think about, let's say Bill Belichick were to find a way to make North Carolina somewhat relevant, even if they were just a one and done team in the CFP, right? Even if they just made it, but they lost that first game and that was it, you still got a little bit of money there. Obviously, Florida State in the bigger picture, usually is in the conversation. I don't know that we can say that about Miami. You've had 1 year here. Your quarterback's gone, and I don't know that Mario Cristobal has proven to be some juggernaut.
It's Mario, please.
Mario, not Lemieux Cristobal. I just don't think that Miami, has shown the consistency yet to say whether they're going to be a regular CFP player or not. But obviously, you have Florida State. Obviously, you've got Dabo, who people, I pay attention to the news. I see the sentiment. People respect Dabo still. I don't really respect Dabo. I don't think he's done enough in NIL to garner that. But I do think this year with Klubnik and company, they are a more veteran team. They were very young the last 2 years. So theoretically, they should be in the CFP this coming year. So,
but I think Clemson and Florida State are the two that are tied together. And I think that I just don't see North Carolina and Duke just as an auto except on an SEC invitation.
Yeah, I don't love them as SEC brands.
But because academically it doesn't work at all. It does not work at all. I think when you look at the Big Ten, you want to be in business. Academically, you want to be in business with Northwestern. You want to be in business with USC. You want to be in business with Michigan from an academic standpoint. Now, if you want to cheat to win football games, Michigan's got that market cornered, right? Or the FBI. From what I understand, Michigan's got incredible contacts at the FBI now. But here nor there, my point is you want to be in business with Rutgers, the high-end learning institutions that are in the Big Ten now. And I think when you look at the way that North Carolina and Duke operate, they're not a seamless fit in the SEC. I could easily see the Carolinas, Duke, and Miami going to the Big Ten. I could easily see. The problem is the Virginia schools have zero leverage. Zero leverage. It has been a long, long road for Virginia Tech and Virginia football in recent years. And I think obviously Virginia's done nice things in basketball, but you look at the landscape in that league, Virginia is not the first thing that comes to mind when you think about football. I mean, hell, Pitt's a better football program than Virginia right now, I think. Right? Everybody keeps going on and on. I had a TV guy kind of chuckle when I brought up how much value does Virginia bring? And the answer is not a lot. I more feel like for the SEC, I more feel like it's Clemson, Florida State, Louisville, and I could see another school getting involved in that from the ACC. I could see a Vanderbilt wanting a better academic partner, but how do you pull if you're Vanderbilt, do you have any sway over a Duke and a North Carolina? Vandy's a hell of an academic institution.
Mm-hmm.
But what power do they have athletically? Probably not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't.
And you look at the academic powerhouse that is the Big Ten, man, it's tough to get people. Like Washington State's a great example of this. Their academics and their academia do not want to spend money on athletics anymore. It's going to be tough to sell North Carolina and Duke that the SEC is where you want to be in business. When if it is in fact accurate that the Big Ten would welcome them today, how are you going to say no to that? Just the R1 opportunities that you have in that conference? Come on. Like it's awfully tough to just turn your head on that. Right? I mean, it is really, really tough. And I think the other brands in the Big Ten that fit, like Pitt's an interesting conversation because the football program is clearly going in a very good direction. But I just think you have so many more institutions in that league that could fit with the Big Ten more than Pitt. Because the Big Ten's more than a football league, right? I think that's a major thing. And again, the other thing you got to ask yourself is if the ACC melts down, what does Notre Dame do with all of its sports excluding football?
Great question.
because Notre Dame's going to carry a huge amount of sway in that conversation. That, to me, and it's always been a long-held belief that I think is true, that the Big Ten would not allow Notre Dame to park its other sports in the Big Ten without bringing Notre Dame football in. And Notre Dame's answer to that in the ACC was, how about a scheduling agreement? To which the ACC was happy to oblige. I think the Big Ten would be happy to oblige a scheduling agreement as long as you take all of Notre Dame's sports, because their basketball program's a problem. Like, there's no joking or hyperbole about Marcus counting to 10. Men's basketball sucks at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
And the Big Ten, one of the reasons the Big Ten, I think, would so aggressively pursue Duke and Carolina is because they need to make more money in basketball. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see how all of that plays out, because I don't necessarily believe these are simple moves.
No.
Everybody wants to make it out like, oh, the league's definitely blowing up, and they're definitely going. There is no such thing as definitely.
Yeah, there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
There's just too many. And I think the biggest problem for Clemson is, if Clemson is in any other league, they're not competing in football. You are not competing in the Big Ten football-wise. You're not good enough. You're certainly not competing in the SEC. That's the best football league in the country. And I don't believe that Clemson would be top 5 in the Big 12. Not this year. Not with how good. And again, we can get into the specifics of that. But if Avery Johnson if his balls drop, that's going to be a really good football team. You do with that as you will.
Right.
If Avery Johnson's a man, that's arguably the best football team in that league.
I'm a man.
Right? Outside of Houston and West Virginia and Oak State, there are very few teams that have zero chance to win this league. Maybe 4 or 5. You look at the other 11, it's going to be a hell of a year in the Big 12 for football. Maybe too good, because you're not going to have an Arizona State breakaway. You're not going to have BYU doesn't have a quarterback, right? So you put Clemson in the middle. That Klubnik's a hell of a quarterback, but is he top 5 quarterbacks in this league? The answer is no, he's not. Like Drew Aller supposedly being the best quarterback in college football. I don't know which Drew Aller you watched last year, but it wasn't one that was. Drew Aller wouldn't be the best quarterback in the Big 12, in my opinion. Right? Like, I think we have perception versus reality issues when our hearts and our souls are involved in football teams.
Yeah, the biggest problem is the Big 12 doesn't win enough in the college football playoff, so it's easy to say Drew Aller would come in here and be productive.
Well, I think the biggest issue is that the Big 12 only put, a single team in there, and you need more than one. And that's a different conversation for a different day. But my point is, if the ACC melts down, I don't believe it'll be North Carolina leaving on its own. I just don't think they're willing to do that. I think if you said to them, well, there's 4 of us going to the Big Ten, where do I sign? As long as it's Duke and North Carolina, I don't think there would be any issue with that at all. I do not. And I think there's other combinations, obviously, but I think my opinion is Clemson and Florida State are going to the SEC. I think it's as simple as that. And I think if that happens, that's when you're gonna have to see Mr. Jesus Christ incarnate over there. Don't you dare call it Death Valley, because Clemson ain't Death Valley. That belongs, that belongs at LSU. But Death Valley wannabe guy over there.
It's probably different than what you're thinking, though.
You're not
competing. We built this program on NIL.
You're not competing in NIL.
We really did.
You can't compete in NIL in your own league, dude.
And that's how I look at it.
Anyway. Joey B, Monty likes to woof when he makes a birdie putt. Okay, well, I mean, videos are on the channel. Go watch our shorts here on YouTube. And if you're one of the 8,000 fans watching on Twitter today, viewers on Twitter, I say fans like you all love me and adore me. The adulation.
Oh, they do.
They do. I agree. But if you are one of the 8,000 people watching on X, hello. Go up, click the link in my bio. Make sure you come over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, watch our golf shorts, watch our BMW shorts. I got a couple of cool X4M competition shorts on the way. for the YouTube channel. But I got a couple of golf shorts that are doing quite well. Not like the pants short. They're short videos.
Right, short videos.
You can see me dropping putts to birdie on a par 3 up at Park City Muni today. Go check that video out. Hitting 300-yard bombs with a – I was shocked. I have a shot tracer that will tell me how far the ball went. And that was pretty – I had a 296-yard forward on Saturday morning up in Park City. You got to think that's elevation assisted. But still, that's one of the longest forwards I've ever hit. That was amazing. All of that's on the channel. Go check it out. Then if you're on Twitter right now, please, if you're watching on Twitter, can you please hit retweet and like? That really helps the channel grow, which we need on the old tweet machine. Welcome to the program. As always, hour number 2 of the show presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Bro, we are on a legitimate heater. We're going to talk a little baseball an hour from now, and I'm not happily going to talk baseball because the dirtbag Chicago Cubs extended their general manager today, and he hasn't made a single move. And listen, Rob Pelinka is getting a best shape of my life. Luka Doncic, who apparently is not a fat ass anymore. What are the Cubs getting? The Cubs are getting absolutely nothing. And now we have to go against the unbelievable, the unbeatable Jacob Mizorowski tonight.
Hey, the Miz.
Does he strike out more guys than he gives up runs? Because there is a 40% payout boost on Prize Picks tonight for baseball. One of their promo is 40% MLB payout boost. Winnings will be boosted 40% on your lineup. If you go download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code Monty, 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 to open a new Prize Picks account. Go into your promos tab in Prize Picks, and there is a 40% MLB payout boost. And this is what I love about Prize Picks. They're always trying to give you free plays.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, you deposit $5 in a new Prize Picks account using the promo code Monty, they'll give you 50 more in plays. You can play the rest of the baseball. See, you can play the whole football season on $55, right? Very interesting tonight. It's Cubs and Brewers.
Yeah, I think you got it because you're playing the 40% boost. I think you got to take Miz on a Goblin. Take his 4.5 strikeout number and use the boost.
You would. That feels really weak. That feels like a sus move.
Well,
I'm going to take more on Matthew Boyd. I'm going to take more on Mizorowski, 5.5 pitcher strikeouts. And then I think if we're going to go hits, runs, and RBIs, here's the issue. You can't go with Aaron Judge anymore because he's out of the lineup. But the thing that worries you is let's look at like PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, MVP candidate in the National League. You look at his numbers, they're only giving you 2. Half a hit, run, and RBI, or 5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Against the Miz, that's awfully tough to do. The guy's been one of the best pitchers since he got called up.
Right.
So this might be a non-Cub offense night. That's in all seriousness. I know it's hard to believe Chaboy is going to go away from the Cubs, but I don't know what choice do I have here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Yankees offensively are a nice selection tonight against Tampa Bay.
Are they though?
You know,
I think Bryce Harper being pissed off at the commissioner about a salary cap.
And the Phillies
they're playing the White Sox. The White Sox. Ho ho.
Ho.
If you go hits, runs, and RBIs, my goddamn left fielder, Kyle the Schwarbinator.
Yeah.
Unbelievableness. I'm going to go more than 4.5 because he's averaging 5.2 in his last 5. And
taking a demon.
I'm taking a demon.
Okay.
Because I want my payout boosted. 40% MLB payout boost available right now on the Prize Picks app. And I kid you not. Jake, read me that payout number right there.
Yeah. $20 on a flex play, 20 to win $252.
20 to win $252. When you play with a payout boost, That's what you get at Prize Picks. That's why I tell you, go do it right now. And the formula is simple, folks. It is 3 plays in baseball, more or less. My payouts are my plays tonight. Jacob Mizorowski, the pitcher for the Brewers, more than 5.5 pitcher strikeouts.
Yep.
Matthew Boyd, pitcher for the Cubs, more than 5 strikeouts. And Kyle Schwarber, more than 5 hits, runs, and RBIs. 3 picks, flex play, 40% payout boost. Dude, I mean, you're playing on house money. What do you got tonight?
Same. Mizorowski and Schwarber on the same. And then I took Yamamoto for more than 6 Ks against the Reds.
Okay.
Which, I think is pretty reasonable.
Yamamoto's been so up and down.
We'll see.
Do you buy it? So you're a buyer on Yamamoto.
I think against the Reds. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Yamamoto, the problem is Chase Burns is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yamamoto strikeouts. Twins 8, Giants 7, Milwaukee 0.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago White Sox 8.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 bad teams he dominates. The one of the best teams in baseball, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rockies suck 6. Padres, okay, 5. Giants 4. Cardinals terrible 9. Yankees 2. I think you're going to have a tough time. Has he faced the Reds this year? He has not faced the Reds. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I hope you lose.
Thanks, dude.
You're welcome. I actually hope you win. Whoa, Johnny Gonzalez. You give Gundy 5 to put towards NIL. He'll ask for 50 more and tell you that he never received the first 5. Probably true.
Right.
Probably true. Brandon Unruh. Big wants the ACC to fail because it's the only way to get Notre Dame, and they will expand to 24 teams to do so. SEC and 12 will go to 20. Maybe we'll see. There's no doubt. Chuck B, Park City Municipal. I'm here, Monty, but left clubs at home.
Bro, Chuck, what the hell, dude?
What do you mean you left your clubs at home?
Yeah, what kind of excuse is that, dude?
That's weak, dude. That's weak. Come on now. I do my best here on the Showgram to help people play their worst version of themselves on the golf course. And how do you feel like you played over the weekend, Jake?
I would say decent. Not bad. Yeah. Couple.
How were your wedges?
I had some tough stretches.
How were my wedges?
I would say good.
Really
had some tough
good.
Stretches, but good.
I didn't have tough stretches with wedges, man.
Okay.
I didn't hit my long iron well. Oh, I had a monster drive on 18 and then did not hit my... I had a 200-yard 5-iron in to 18 for eagle and shanked it. Did not hit it well. It came, you guys, that far from the water. I hit a 54-degree wedge, little left, little long, 2 putted for a par.
Yeah.
Not ideal. Not ideal when you're 200 yards from the green on a par 5, sitting on your second shot. Not good. That's not what you want. That's not what you want at all. All right, couple more. Monty now poking the bear at Jake's wedge game. He didn't have a good wedge weekend. Putted pretty well.
I would say just inconsistent. I don't think I had a bad weekend with the wedges. I made...
You scolded some wedges over the green.
Yeah, but I still made some chips too.
You did. You hold out on one. No Seals to beat at Park City, so Chuck left his clubs at home. That could very well be the reason.
Right.
I'm just saying. Esteban, what happens to Cal and Stanford if North Carolina, Clemson, and FSU leave? They're not going back to the Pac-12. Oh, they're going to the new Pac-12, Monty. Who doesn't want to be in business with boys?
Yeah, man, wow.
I would imagine Cal and Stanford would end up in the either in the Big 10 or in the Big 12. That'd be my guess. That would be my guess. Chuck B, you mean Hazel Rocket? No more Hazel Rockets. That's all in the past now. Until next time. Chewy, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Armpit are Big 12 caliber. Nah, I think you're selling Louisville and Pitt short. I think Pitt would be a great fit. Because I just don't think as a top to bottom, they're not an athletic department that dominates. I think Louisville is an SEC football team. Basketball, sometimes. Are they a fit in the Big 12? Yeah. Would you rather be in the SEC? I think you would.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would. But that's just my opinion. I mean, that's completely conjecture. Total conjecture. That's 100%. Yeah, opinion. That's a big opinion thing. So, all right, if you're just tuning in to the show, I think one of the biggest stories today, Colorado coach Deion Sanders says that he is recovering from a life-threatening bout of bladder cancer.
Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm going to be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. And she not only is a blessing, but she provided other persons that have gone through what I've gone through so that I could talk to them and get some solace and understand like what I'm facing, not just from a doctor, but from another individual. And the half that hadn't been told, like, it's a totally different life. I mean, thank God. I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up to go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night, but then I'm sitting up there waking up, you know, like my grandson. We in the same thing, you know. We got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. We trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real.
Damn. I just think that takes so much courage to sit up there and talk about how you depend on depends, to be courageous enough to share your story, to admit that you can't pee the way you used to pee, that you got to get up 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. Like, the things that he's going through are humiliating. It's things that men don't talk about until you have no choice but to talk about it, because you had your bladder removed, because you were found to have a tumor and bladder cancer. And what did Deion Sanders say? Go and get checked.
Mm-hmm.
They found it in a routine checkup. And it's what I say every day on this show. Go get your physical once a year. My physical is in the first week of August every single year. Mine is Wednesday. It's the 30th. But mine is this Wednesday. I go every single year. And we joke about it all the time, but like, I take my blood pressure probably 2-3 times a week. I take my vitamins every day. Take your health seriously. You listen to Deion Sanders, who is a world-class athlete, spent his entire life training and losing toes. You know, the 14 surgeries he's had.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. And then you hear him talking about the fact that he has to wear an adult diaper because he has incontinence problems, cannot control his urine. You know how humiliating that is to say that? Do you know how self-conscious he must be? Standing on a sideline, standing on the field, trying to coach kids, and you can't control your bladder.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's humiliating.
Yeah.
And so I think it's one of the bravest press conferences I've ever seen a coach have. I'm not even exaggerating. And I look at the things that we as men want to talk about. None of what he just said are things we want to talk about.
Hell no.
We don't want to talk about things like erectile dysfunction. We don't want to talk about sexual dysfunction. We don't want to talk about stamina issues. We don't want to get our prostates checked. We don't want to get colonoscopies. And then you find out you have a tumor in your bladder because you didn't want to go and get checked.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did a really good job. You know, I agree. Super brave, super courageous. You know, didn't have to, but still did. You know, I think that it you know, is a great example to the players, to the community. I think anybody who's hating, saying that this guy isn't a good coach or like, you know, isn't a good person, like you look like an idiot, dude. Like this guy is as capable as any other coach around. This guy is as willing to have the conversation as anybody. And now he just told you he can't control when he pees, and he's still coaching.
That's
like
just bizarro land.
It's really tough, bro.
It's just bizarro land. You know, like I can't even, props to Deion. I can't even imagine going through that. TJ Beck, one of the greatest athletes ever, keeping it honest and real. It takes big balls to be that humble when you were truly that great. And I just, Father Time's undefeated, man. And again, I think when you look at the adversity that he has faced since he became a head coach, dude, the golf cart, the toes, having to ride around in the golf cart because of all the surgeries on the toes and the feet. And I mean, it's crazy. I can't afford Depends. I got to go generics. Well, don't get me started. That's the last hour of the show. He's very open about it. He is. I depend on Monty and Jack. See what he did there?
See what he did there, Monty and Jack.
Depend
more
on.
Depends.
It is what it is. Callan Stanford will go to the CFL. I've heard that. They want to replace the Argonauts with the Cardinal. So, Louisville tried to get in the Big 12 at one time, multiple times.
Would be a really good fit, I think.
I think it would be too, but my belief is the value that Miami brings with athletes in South Florida. Their booster base is actually pretty strong. The stadium issue goes away. I just don't know that you can overlook the politics in South Florida. They are, and if you guys don't know anything about, the political atmosphere in Miami and all that, and I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but the small communities around Miami, Coral Gables, for instance, and they are just so political, and the corruption that you hear about it. I think some certain people, the SEC, would be reticent to do business. And I think Florida, the Gators, University of Florida, will do everything it can do to keep its SEC monopoly over the state. And I think that's going to be very difficult because largely, with all due respect to my friends at the Bounce House, UCF right now, I think, is in a very dangerous time. If Scott Frost, speaking of rankings, if Scott Frost, who I think was ranked 13th, 15th out of 16 coaches in the Big 12, only outdone in shittiness by Brent Brennan at Arizona. UCF is in a very dangerous time of 100% irrelevance if Scott Frost fails. I think it's that much. Now, having said that, Joey McGuire is 13th on that list of coaches. Here, and we can get into this as well here on the Monty Show, presented by our friends at The Advocates, theadvocates.com. Here are the rankings of the coaches. Let's just do top three. According to CBS Sports, ranking Big 12 head coaches from best to worst going into the 25 season. Number one, Matt Campbell, Iowa State.
What are you talking about, man?
What?
Matt Campbell said to be the best head coach in the Big 12. Okay.
Bro, who? Okay, what's their reasoning?
Led the Cyclones back to the Big 12 title game, a second occurrence for Campbell and crew. A program record 11 wins last year was the high mark, and Iowa State finished 15th in the country, 64-51. Iowa State has been the model of consistency for a program that was desperately searching for it. Okay, number two, Kyle Whittingham. Had two Pac-12 titles in a row, 21 and 22. Rebuilt the roster, could contend this year, 167 and 86 in his career. In 20 years at Utah. He took over in 2005. Amazing. 3, Chris Kleiman at K-State. 4, Lance Leipold at Kansas. And 5, the Dill Master.
The Dill Master.
Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. Rounds out the top 5 from CBS.
Dilly.
He went 3-9 in his first season. rebuilt, but after 2024, there are expectations moving forward.
Right.
The bottom of the heap. And some notables, Kalani Sitake 6, Deion 7, Gundy 8, Aranda 10.
I'm sorry, who?
Wolf 10. And then the bottom are Willie Fritz 11, Rich Rod at West Virginia 12, Joey McGuire at Texas Tech 13, Scott Satterfield 14, Frost 15, Brent Brennan 16.
That is major shade at Joey McGuire.
Well, but he's let's be honest. And again, I think we've talked about this on the show. Joey McGuire has been a pretty not good head coach at Texas Tech. It's not been a good head coach. He has made terrible decisions in game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's just no doubt about the fact that he's made terrible in-game decisions. I don't know how you would even argue that.
Yeah, you can't argue it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you
so that doesn't surprise me at all. The real surprise here is that Mike Gundy is on the list anymore. Really surprised by that. The fact that Mike Gundy is where is Mike Gundy on this list? Excuse me. That Mike Gundy's 8th on this list, ahead of Sonny Dykes. You're out of your goddamn mind. I'm taking Sonny Dykes every day. Other than that, Willie Fritz, Rich Rod, Joey McGuire, Satterfield, Frost Brennan. Gundy's probably a better coach than them. Sonny Dykes deserves to be higher on this list. I think it's tough to overlook what Deion's done in his 2 years at Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, his 2 years show he's a great head coach.
Who would you have as the best head coach in the Big 12?
I mean, you know, Witt's total career says he's the best head coach in the Big 12. The problem is that obviously Sonny's been further than Witt. And, you know, I also think that obviously in Witt's short time in the Big 12, they haven't been good. Now that's 1 year, but either way. So who would I probably have as the best head coach? I mean, it'd be hard for me not to have Kenny there. I think he went to the CFP
already.
Yeah, because he went out and beat everyone in the conference. Like, I mean,
okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard to deny it, right? I mean, he's young. Like, what are the factors that make a great head coach?
Ability to recruit, portal, and win football games.
Right. And I think, you know, under asterisks underneath, like, ability to recruit would be like your coach's age. How relatable are they? How do they handle the press? Like, those are all things I think about, you know, in more specific terms. And I do think Kenny does a really good job of that. I think you see Kenny, frankly, you see Kenny more than a lot of these guys. I mean, I give Witt a lot of credit. You see him quite a bit, but I see Kenny all over the place. Podcasts, you know, hell, on Jim Rome's show. Like, I mean, he's
there's something to that. I mean, obviously with a coach in waiting, with Morgan Scalley at Utah, but you bring in a guy like Jason Beck and Devin Dampier, and you know, you listen to Kyle Whittingham talk about his situation at Utah. I mean, I've never seen Kyle Whittingham make this magnitude of changes in the 12 years I've been covering him.
We will look definitely a lot different than we have, you know, the past 15 years. We've been a lot of double tight, 12 personnel, and we're going to be moving more to a spread attack and RPO, and we got a dynamic quarterback. We love our quarterback, Devin Dampier, rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, threw for over 2,500 yards, and so he's a guy that is a true dual threat, great leader, and if spring ball is any indication of what we're going to see, he's going to be very exciting this fall.
I mean, you've never had Kyle Whittingham-led Utah Utes with a true RPO quarterback, with a guy that runs like that but can still actually throw the football, and an offensive scheme and play caller like Jason Beck.
In my opinion, and say what you want, say I'm knee padding.
You're a homer.
I'm a homer.
Watch your vocal cords on the way down.
Right. I think people should be terrified to hear Kyle Whittingham say that, because if you follow Kyle Whittingham,
I agree,
for a number of years, right? Not just the Big 12, but obviously the Pac-12 time and before that, Kyle Whittingham has never been a spread offense RPO guy. That's not who he is. He is a running back, 2 tight end, a lot of jumbo, a lot of running, a lot of 4-yard out routes kind of offense. and win the game with defense. And, you know, I just think it's crazy that this dude is out here like, yeah, I basically handed the keys off to Jason Beck and Devin Dampier, and now we're going to go out and run a completely different offense that they're handling, and I'm going to worry about the defense. And I have to say, it's funny you bring up Morgan Scalley, because it does feel like if they go out and win this year and they have that kind of year, you know, we're just waiting for them to have one more good year, and then I feel like Witt's going to be done. Like, I feel like he's got the program set up now to hand it off, but he wants one more bite at the apple. So, you know, that's why I'm saying it's a little bit scary to hear Kyle Whittingham talking about running a spread offense and RPO, considering who he is.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's scary. I mean, and I look at the rest of this conference. Again, I think Wolf down at Baylor is going to win games just because of the schedule. And he's got a really good quarterback. But I think that Kyle Whittingham probably has one of the 3 biggest games of the year in the conference against Texas Tech. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out because, you know, Joey McGuire is relatively new, young head coach, but he hasn't done the things that Kenny Dillingham's done already.
Right.
Kenny Dillingham's taken Arizona State from the Herm debacle to a college football playoff now.
And I would also point out the other reason I like Kenny as the best coach in the Big 12 right now is because Kenny didn't need to come out and say, hey, I need more help or I need more booster support or all of that. Kenny went and got that done and then set up the culture he wanted in the program. So he didn't need to like publicly beg for money, which I feel like we see coaches do sometimes where it's like, you know, and beg is harsh, but like, you know, ask for it, say you need it, however you want to describe it. Yeah. Like, you know, I feel like we're seeing that more and more. And, you know, I would say, look at USC, right? What happened with USC? Lincoln struggled. He didn't really publicly say they needed to do more he didn't publicly say they need more from their boosters. But what did he say? He said, hey, we need to do a better job in this area. You know, this is kind of where, you know, what we're struggling with. Then all of a sudden you see this influx of cash. So, you know, I just think when you look at the Big 12, the conference is in desperate need of the younger guys to come out here and hold up their end of the bargain. And so when I think of younger guys, to be honest with you, I don't think of Joey, even though he is a younger guy. I think of Kenny. And, you know, I think he's done his job. And that's why I'd have him as the best head coach right now. But I do think Big 12 has got some phenomenal head coaches. I mean, obviously with, you know, Joey's got to prove himself still, so you can't throw him in there. Sonny Dykes is a hell of a head coach.
Yes,
he's had a couple of bad years here. And I say bad years, average years, you know. I can't say Mike Gundy is a great head coach. I think Mike Gundy on a one-off year can trend towards 10 wins, but most of the time it's going to be a 7-8 win guy if you average it out. It's going to go to a bowl game. It's going to tell you this or that. You're going to believe him because he's charismatic, and we'll do it again next year.
Yeah. All right, your thoughts. Welcome as always. Butt Monty, Homer Simpsons, the both of yous. Okay. Jack's a homer. You're a homer.
Yeah.
Rob Whitworth. Kenny Dillingham's record is 14-12 with 1 conference win and 1 appearance in the CFP. That's it. Okay, bro. I'll give you do you want to take this back, or are you telling us what you have no idea about what you're talking about? Because it's one or the other. You either made a huge mistake or you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you don't want to take it back. Okay. Kenny Dillingham took over a program that was absolutely lifeless, had 0 talent, and was decimated by NCAA violations. And in 2 years, went through 1 bad season, flipped it around, won the conference, and went to the college football playoff. In a new conference, flipped it around, won the conference, went to the college football playoff, and got hosed against Texas. Had one of the best running backs in the conference, and now arguably by some people, the best quarterback in the conference. And you want to go with that's it to end that sentence. And what is he, 14 years old? Comes from a great coaching program. His kids rave about him. He recruits and he portals. Now, when you have that kind of cleavage on your campus, I would suspect it's not that difficult to recruit. But when you're decimated by the NCAA because Herm Edwards was one of the worst head coaching hires in the history of college football, I'm going to go ahead and say that Kenny Dillingham deserves you to erase. That's it. Because that's one of the not smartest takes I think you've ever had.
Yeah.
Less talk, more walk in the Big 12. Please speak it into existence. Chewy Gonzalez, Devin Dampier has a chance to break all Utah quarterback records. He's going to make the ladies damp. The ladies damp.
Right.
You know, Tigers got a haul from Minnesota. So one pitcher who's been an average starter his entire career in Chris Paddock, who was a #1 prospect at one point for the Padres and flamed. And he's one of the lowest ranked available pitchers in baseball. And you got a guy who has no sortable Major League Baseball stats, and you gave up a nothing prospect to get him. You got a haul. You're out of your mind. You have no idea what Chris Paddock can do in leverage. I haven't even looked at his. Now we were talking about this before the show. Enrique Jimenez is the guy you gave up. Nothing prospect. You got nothing prospects in return. When you look at what Randy Dobnik's done, which is absolutely nothing, and just so that we're all on the same page, Randy Dobnik, who is a 1995 baby, what does that mean? He's not young anymore. His career record in 39 games is 9-12 with a 4.86 ERA. And that's a haul. And then you look at Chris Paddock, and I actually like Chris Paddock. In my opinion, Chris Paddock's a guy that, and if you didn't see this day, the Twins and the Tigers made a trade. The Tigers are absolutely lifeless. They are on a spiral for whatever reason, because that's a remarkably talented team.
Right.
They needed another pitcher. They went and got Chris Paddock. Chris Paddock is a guy who had all kinds of potential when he was a Padre.
Yeah.
The problem is he's never lived up to that potential. He's 3-9 with a 4.95 ERA. And this is the one that should terrify you. He's got 111 innings pitched, and he's a power pitcher, and he's only got 83 strikeouts. And the other thing that should really scare you is 111 innings pitched and 115 hits, 65 runs given up, and 61 of the 65 are earned. That's not good. That's not good. And in his career, he's 30-33 with a 4.49 ERA. So where exactly the haul is, I am uncertain.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That's not a haul. You traded shitty, broken prospect for two guys who are just going to throw pitches for the Tigers. And you're going to hope that Chris Paddock can be a mid to back end guy. And most people believe he still, to this day, should be a closer. Chris Paddock would be an unbelievable closer setup guy.
Totally agree.
I don't think he's a starter at all. This stuff with, and I don't want to stop talking baseball, but while we're talking, or stop talking football, but while we're talking baseball, this stuff with the Cubs today is infuriating, because the problem for the Cubs up until this series with the Brewers, because you can't hide your bunghole against a really good team like the Brewers. You've just been winning series. You're not sweeping anybody, right? The Chicago Cubs are not going to be, mistaken for the best team in baseball. But the problem is they have one of the best records in baseball. And when you look at where they rank, they're the #1 team by percentage in the National League at 62-43, which would slot them in #2 in all of baseball behind the now somehow red hot Toronto Blue Jays. And so people are like, well, why would the Cubs be in a hurry? Because if you actually watch this ball club, as I waste my life watching this ball club.
Right.
Well, Monty, they won 2 or 3 from Boston and then promptly lost 4 of 5 to the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox. Well, Monty, they won 2 or 3 from the White Sox, right? But this is what this is the shit the Cubs keep shoveling at their fans. Well, we're winning series. Well, you also lost it to 3 average-ass baseball teams. Boston, you lost the final game of that series. You lost the next game against Kansas City, beat Kansas City, and then lost the next 2 to Kansas City and the White Sox. That's called losing 4 of 5 to 3 really mediocre baseball teams. And now you've got Milwaukee on the road into Baltimore, Cincinnati, at St. Louis, and Toronto, and the trade deadline is Wednesday. I think isn't it Wednesday at 6:00?
I believe so.
Could be wrong. Wednesday or Thursday. It's Wednesday or Thursday this week. I can't remember
this
which.
week.
Thursday. It might be Thursday at 6. I don't fucking know. And you're throwing Boyd, Ray, and Shota against Milwaukee, who's throwing Mizorowski, Priester, and Peralta. And the biggest problem that I have is Peralta's 12-4 with a 2.81, and that's no fluke.
Yeah, he can flat out.
Freddie
pitch.
Peralta.
Yeah.
His winning streak that was broken by Miami spanned from June 13th to July 19th. He didn't lose a game, right? He beat the Dodgers in Los Angeles on a 5-hit, 4-earned, 5-inning performance. Then beat them in Milwaukee, 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. For the month of July, 28 innings, 8 runs, all earned, 2 home runs, 8 walks, and 33 strikeouts. And we don't have a guy that's even close to that as a number 3 starter. He's their number 3. We don't have a number 3. And you look at the Cubs and you look at the way that the Cubs have pitched, especially their starters, and you're starting to understand, like, you start looking at the way that these games are being won. The thing that scares you is, like, Cade Horton is a guy that everybody's like, oh, well, Cade Horton is amazing. He started 12 games. He's 4-3, which is good for a rookie, right? 28 earned runs in 68 innings, 7 home runs, and 22 walks. So he's pitching with command and control, but he's a rookie. How long does that go on? Because this cat's going to make his 13th start, and he's 4-3. How long can that go on? Because he's your second, in my opinion, he's your second best pitcher. Because I'm watching a different Shota Imanaga than I saw earlier in the year. And what happened to him against the White Sox, and I'm probably going on too long, 3 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned, 3 bombs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. That's not good. That's not good. And I'm not saying he's had a bad month, because he hasn't. But I'm a little worried about it. I'm a little worried about it. Is what I'm going to say. So, no, the Tigers didn't have a haul. But I bring this up because the Cubs extended GM Jed Hoyer today, and he hadn't done a damn thing to make this a World Series contender, because they're not. And all the people trying to sell you that the Chicago Cubs are somehow a World Series contender, they're not. Just get that through your heads right now. Until we get to Thursday, and if this team has added a third baseman of note, and Matt Shaw, the rookie, is hitting, and he's a Gold Glove caliber defender already, I get that. Manny Machado is said to be available in San Diego, who still, and I don't know why he flies under the radar every year, he's still one of the best offensive players in baseball.
Yeah.
Go and get him. Nolan Arenado is available in St. Louis. Go and get him. Like, there are guys out there that are available. Go get him. Go get me a starter, and go get me a 7th and 8th inning guy. Because that's 4 guys you need. At least 1 starting pitcher, 2 relievers, and a third baseman. You know, core fucking positions on a championship caliber baseball team.
Yeah.
And we don't have them. And Carson Kelly's still your starting catcher. But I digress. I feel better.
Good.
I feel better. Poncho's back. Jake is really sleepy. We're sure that Monty's not hypnotizing him. Dude, nobody cares about Michigan.
Yeah, like what it
like Ferris, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care. I'm not going to talk about Michigan. I don't care. So
yeah, like what do you what do you mean?
You do
dude?
you.
Like what?
Don't care.
Like, see, this is the problem with dudes like this. You come in and your negative ass takes just are just unwarranted. Like,
and you are a little. I would agree. Like even Joey B says you look defeated and crabby today. You are crabby today, but sometimes the grind wins on certain days. And today, I'll be honest, the grind won, and not just for Jake, but for me too. But you just look like. I try not to say Jake hates when people are like, "Hey, are you? What's wrong?" Today's one of those days where, leading up to the show, I was having to fight myself from saying, Jake, what's the matter? What's going on?
I mean,
it's Monday after a weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, God forbid I look a little tired one day. Like, I think I've had some pretty good takes today. I mean, what do you want me to like right there? Let's be real right there. What do you want me to say? I agree with everything you're saying. Like, it's not rocket science that they're not spending money. And really what's not rocket science is that they have the team positioned to make money but not win.
Yeah.
So they have the team positioned to sell a shitload of tickets, and then they're not going to spend that money because dudes like this guy right here already have season tickets.
Guilty.
They're making money on it.
Guilty as hell.
So like what? Like you're going to sit here and complain about them?
Guilty.
What would you do? Would you, Quintus? Would I? No, I wouldn't. I would make the money and win once a decade.
I'm already in Elysium.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
Right? Like
I have
over.
nothing to.
Like, so God forbid, sorry, guys. Sorry, I look a little tired from Jed Hoyer's BS.
A lot.
For the entire last, 2 seasons?
Yeah, and a week from now,
on,
I should point out, a week from now, we have a huge announcement that has been a time vampire for a couple of weeks. So a week from now, you probably want to tune into the show. Some things working behind the scenes,
Yeah, I mean, I would even go as far as to say that obviously you guys don't know what goes on in our personal life or all the other stuff we do outside of the show.
Yeah, you have no idea.
But like the show is just one portion of the day. Like we work every day, not every day, 6 days a week, probably 5 days a week at a minimum for 12 hours a day. So yeah, some Mondays, am I going to look a little tired? Yeah. But just because I didn't retread dude's take over here about the Cubs doesn't mean that I'm not good.
Yeah.
And
now, Jake, as a Utah fan, because apparently we've been crowned Utah fans today.
Well, obviously,
because if we're not SEC, we said nice things about Kyle Whittingham, which I've been saying nice things about Kyle for 15 years now.
Today.
Right? Because having worked in Salt Lake City, you quickly understand Kyle Whittingham's a spectacular human being. Now I'm a Kyle Whittingham fan.
Right.
Right. And now people are like, what's wrong with Jake? Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me.
Nothing.
I'm just saying, I think people have lost the appreciation for, as the second voice on a show, you don't always have to talk. Like, I don't always need to just be like, yeah, Jed Hoyer is not someone that's going to spend to win a World Series. Yeah, that's cool. You've got a rookie third baseman who sometimes hits and is on a heater right now and is an elite defender. That's cool. I like that. That's great. But overall, you haven't spent enough money on pitching, and that's going to come back to get you because you're going to lose to good teams in the playoffs. And hey, you may win one playoff series this year. You might. Like, that's reasonable. I think that's possible depending on the matchup you get. But this Brewers series is going to define you. Let's just say, not to be a negative Cubs fan, but let's just say you got swept by the Brewers. The narrative around the trade deadline would totally change. Oh, hey, you need more pitching.
If we get swept by the Brewers, there's a chance my wife's going to leave.
Because you're going to lose. You're going to lose the Miz game tonight, in my opinion. He's going to beat your ass tonight.
Can you just not be an asshole for 5 minutes about the Cubs?
You're going to get.
Why would you say that?
Shut out for 6 innings by Peralta, in my opinion.
Here we go.
And then you're going to have a chance to win that game. But will you win that game is a different story. And then I don't even know, who did you say that? Who was
we
the
gotta
other
go.
I'm just telling you, you guys want me to wake up? That's what I think about the Cubs. I think that they won't spend money, and I think that it's inconsistent.
Mike Smith says everyone's allowed to have a bad day once.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, just for the record,
He's not having a bad day.
I know my opinion doesn't matter anymore, but I don't even think I'm having a bad day.
He's not.
I just
you guys don't understand. And we probably talk about this way too much. Just going to be honest with you. And Mike, thank you for being a member of the show.
Here you go. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
For 24 months.
Yeah.
The grind that we partake in on this on a daily basis is, and we've talked about it openly, it is, our life is not for everybody. I have a great life, spectacular life.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I'll find out Wednesday, but no reason to think I'm not incredibly healthy. I live quite well, as evidenced by my car and my house and my wife and my son and the show.
Tired son.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Crabby
My
ass.
bad. Sorry.
Low bitch.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, the point is,
Right.
but the grind to get to where we are and do what we do is not, it becomes tiring. The weekend, just like for you, but the weekend, I go from Friday night to Sunday night, and I feel like nothing has changed. The clock hasn't moved. And sometimes it does catch up to you. And it is. I'm not complaining. I do not have a difficult life, and I don't have anything to complain about. But, Darth Two Shakes coming out strong.
I mean, listen, you want my take on the Cubs? I'll give it to you, dude. I just was trying to, not go too deep in the weeds on it.
Yeah, because why would you say, well, they're going to lose tonight. They're going, dude, Bohica.
Yeah.
No lube. Diddy party's over.
I don't even know who the Brewers' third arm is this series.
Yes. Let the hate flow. Give in to the dark side.
Yes, give in. Let the hate flow through you. Yes.
Oh, I'm right on time.
Electricity coming out of my hands for Miz.
So right on time. Tough guys get tired too. Believe it, Jake. Pay them no mind, man. Get a nice house. Got a nice house. Great lady. Great mom and dad. Nice car. You get to look and feel however the hell you want. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Our lives are miserable. We need happy clowns, not sad ones.
Well.
Johnny Gonzalez, Witt in the building, Utah up before he takes the last motorcycle ride through Rice Eccles. Yeah, it would be, for Kyle Whittingham, it would be incredible to see them win the conference and go to the college football playoff for him as a guy.
Yeah.
I would, if you're not rooting for Kyle Whittingham, you're not.
Well, I think anything past, and obviously the schedule has changed a little bit now, but, anything past, if the Utes are still playing past New Year's, I think that is the year he'll retire. If they get past, because he's been pushing that, right? And the last 2 seasons of the Pac-12, they were pushing, New Year's Six bowl game to go to the CFP, that whole situation. And so I think that's kind of, in my opinion, that's kind of his benchmark, And,
I would agree with that.
Obviously, it does depend on how the season goes and how he feels, and because again, just like we're talking about, Witt's not getting any younger,
and he's got the luxury of being a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Who can retire anytime he wants. Now, it's hard for football coaches, and Nick Saban's talked about this.
Yeah.
It's hard for football coaches to walk away and then just go home and hang out with the wife. That is, I'm not even joking.
What did
do you know how hard it is?
Nick Saban say? Right? It was a better job when I was coaching football instead of getting asked by the wife to sweep up the floor.
Do you know how hard it is to be a football coach's wife, have them retire, and then have them around all the time?
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is on a relationship? Right? It's tough already to be a coach's wife. Then they retire, and you got to figure out what your relationship is, because you don't know who you're married to anymore. I just think we all have things that are going on, like Gumby, who said, I've been having a bad 2 days so far this week because coworkers are ass.
Yeah, dude. Bro, don't even, the coworker conversation is rough,
God.
Bro.
Monty and Jake getting that Utah NIL money with how they're praising Utah. There you go.
I mean,
they're in our pocket.
Witt's in our pocket,
but
just like Gloria.
There's no room because Gloria's in our pocket.
Yeah, we ran out of airspace in our pants,
Who is the heir apparent if Witt retires? Oh, it's over.
Oh, he's already said.
Morgan Scalley's the coach of the future.
Witt has openly said in interviews that Morgan Scalley's a guy.
Yeah. Jake sounds like the Carpenter song, Rainy Days and Mondays Get You Down. Karen Carpenter. you know, stay out of the casinos. Yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, thoughts are with everybody in Reno. That situation. My God. And did you guys see over the weekend we had a mass stabbing, and like 20 people get stabbed. And then we have a guy like shooting people at a casino. Like, stay home. I hate to say that out loud, but we were at dinner over the weekend at Mateo's downtown in Salt Lake City. And I'm like looking around, and there was a squirrely looking dude sitting at a table. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about it. I was like, that guy doesn't look happy, right? He was in this booth diagonal from us, like, and he was with his wife and his kids, but he looked miserable. And I was like, okay, okay. You know, it just, yeah. You know, TJ Beck, isn't there always glory in your pocket, Monty? You know, well, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's always a conversation.
Let me tell you, 3.5 seconds of glory. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Brandon Butler, get some cargo pants, more pockets for more people to get in. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Excellent strategy there.
You know, is what it is. Okay, Jake went on a wild rant.
You want to talk about being annoyed?
Jake went on a wild rant before the show about Oak State James.
Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening every day. I really, genuinely.
But stop tagging me in videos.
Let me double down.
Here's the rectory at St. Vincent's Church.
Dude.
And look at the new carpet. Do you notice how they stapled it?
Shut the fuck up,
and
Donnie.
look at the ornate path that leads from the altar of Christ.
You DMing me like, and I'm not exaggerating, like 8 times today with different pictures of stadiums. Don't need that. Post that stuff to your social. Post it to your YouTube channel. I'll come looking if I want it. Right?
Jake is before the show. He's like, dude, James won't stop DMing me. And I'm like, oh, is he asking you out on a date? You guys gonna FaceTime later tonight? It's like, no, apparently he's on a stadium tour.
I just try to stand strong. I'm still a human.
Like, damn. Like, I'm not mad, but dude, I'm like sitting here like cutting video and like doing the stuff we do before the show, and it's like, bro, like, I get it. I understand. I know.
You know. John Blackwell, Welder. Oh dear God, Oak State James is in my neighborhood. There you go. Chuck B, TJ Beck Danielson at Boise would be a good fit at the UU. You guys, seriously, it's over.
Yeah,
Morgan
it's already
Scally
decided.
is under contract as the next head coach at Utah. He is the coach in waiting. So that I think Danielson's going to be a great coach. You know, TJ Beck, damn it, James, don't make Jakey into Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
I mean, I just sometimes I'm just like, bro, like I can tolerate once a day.
It becomes a lot. I'll be honest with you. It becomes a lot. I have several listeners that DM me 5, 6, 7 times a day.
And I don't want to mute you, dude. I don't want to do that because then it turns into a thing where I got to unmute you if you win a gift card. And like, I don't want to do that.
And I'm telling you again, when I am in the place where I'm playing golf and driving my Beam and living my best life with the hot lady I'm married to, I'm blocking everybody. Like, I'm not,
and there's
you will
wrong
never
with that,
see
dude.
me again.
Yeah.
You will never see it because hey, what have you heard about this? Hey, look at this cool, like I've got a guy who every day, literally every day, this fucking guy, every single day sends me a picture of him, his wife, and his kids. Every day.
Like,
I kid you not. He was at Buc-ee's, sent me a picture. They were in Galveston, sent me a picture.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Right? Like joking about the Alamo Doe in San Antonio. The house that Victor never built. Like every day, a picture of him, his wife, and his kids somewhere in Texas. And it's like,
dude, you just did it again. You're trolling me. You must be trolling me.
He just sent you another picture.
You must be trolling me, dude.
What did he send you a picture of? Is it a nude?
No, it's not. You're going to find this shocking. It's a picture of a building.
Like, I don't understand it. What is that's cool. I get it.
Okay, I'll give him credit.
I'm just saying ECU Stadium is actually bigger than North Carolina's.
According to the Gram, it was at 4:49, and I just got the notification. So just so we're all clear.
Big Pontiff, my dudes, I've been here for years. I've only DM'd Jake when he asked. Leave the dudes alone. They need personal time.
Like, damn, dude.
So good. TJ Beck, did you name the new BMW? I say call it Marshawn Skittles color, baby. Yeah, Doug Ross.
Doug Ross, yeah.
The new BMW. My wife hates that name. Hates it.
I just think it is but this is what you like about that name. It's such an obscure poll.
Yes.
And that's what you like about it. But the problem is I don't know that the average Joe would know that poll.
And that's why I like it. Because it's sleek, it's hot. The chicks love it. It's Doug Ross.
Yeah.
It's not official, Doug Ross. I mean, I could name it
the low key.
We could call it corn cob.
Corn cob.
I'm trying to think of something. Well, yellow bell pepper.
Yeah,
Sunshine. I think you're your best Brazilian athlete. We could call it Neymar.
Right.
The name of the color is Sao Paulo yellow. I'm not even on social media. Can't blame me. There you go.
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Bailey Dietrich, Oak State James is married to Big Daddy Magic. Big Daddy. Oh, okay.
Do you have any new videos of Big Daddy Magic?
I don't know. Let's see. You guys need to go watch my golf shorts on YouTube. I need more views on those.
Yeah, I just was a little bit perturbed today because it literally was like 5 times inside of like 20 minutes. And I was like, bro, like, it's cool. I don't need to see all these. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good.
He has not sent me any videos since Thursday.
Well,
he got Big Daddy Magic got upset. I don't like that every time he comments on the show, it's related to Victor. We could be talking about short people who are fat and no athletic ability.
You mean Luca?
There you go. And he'd be like, no, Big Daddy Magic. We could be talking about Donald Trump. Well,
Victor's the way.
If Victor was the president, like, dude.
Victor's the way.
There is a burnout factor to some of the things that
Big Daddy Magic.
But it's pretty rare. He sends me nude videos of him getting public intoxication at 2 a.m.
His videos are mostly funny.
They are. They don't
quite
really bother me. Could call it Romano. Watch out for the helicopters. Yeah, Romano gets his arm chopped off.
I was surprised you weren't going Miami Vice with it, to be honest with you. I thought for sure you would go that route.
There's nothing yellow on. There's nothing. Yeah, I mean, I could call it Crockett, right? I could definitely call it Crockett. But that doesn't, like, Doug Ross, A, it rolls off the tongue. B, if you know, right? If you know Doug Ross, you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm open. My wife hates that name. She does not like Doug
does.
Ross. Yeah, she does not.
Does
She's
she have
not.
any recommendations? Any ideas?
She thinks I should call it Stupid Purchase.
Okay.
She also recommended I get a vanity plate that says midlife crisis.
Don't regret those decisions.
No, my wife has been on board the whole way. She actually convinced me to do it at one point. Man, I wanted to buy the M5 wagon. If you guys have not seen the M5 wagon,
so nice.
Little over my head. Joey B. Monty, Doug Ross of SLC while cruising in the Beamer. Well, could be, but I already got my Hathaway. If you know, you know. Gator named Elvis from Miami. Could be. My pick is relevant because if UNC leaves the ACC, ECU can replace.
Dude, I don't know.
Put the wife and kids to bed. Let's go looking for dinner.
Guys, comment right there.
Guys. Here's why I sent Jake. So here's the problem. Guys, here's why I sent Jake 3,700 pictures of other schools, not ECU. I only sent 2 of those because ECU is relevant.
Yeah, social media.
And I have Jake's phone number and I'm obsessed with his peen. But,
Stay hard.
Name the car Woof. I could.
Woof.
I could absolutely do that. What was the Wolf of Wall Street's name in real life? I can't think of his name.
Oh my.
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Yes. I would never name anything after that POS, but
yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to come up with something.
You wanted to name your SQ5 Klaus. but that doesn't seem like.
No, that does not work for this one. We were looking up different definitions of yellow, or, it is what it is. I think James has been spending time with Woof. Yes. Dave, the Dave Aranda thing is weird. Ben Men Waya, the name of the new BMW. No, because then Big Daddy Magic's going to hunt me down. Whoa, ha, ha. Okay. How are you, buddy? Yeah, the new vanity plate. Guys. Oh, dude, I could totally do that. I was going to do something Monty related, but I could totally do guys.
Monty.
Hey, guys.
Guys.
Oh, dude, I wonder if Hey Guys is available.
Check real quick. You should check real quick.
Utah Vanity.
Damn, I wish we could screen share. That'd be sick.
Look up.
Okay.
Let's see. Vanity plates.
Guys.
Guys. Hey, guys. My vanity plate got towed from RSL.
Sir, what's your plate? Guys.
Oh, it needs validation.
What do you mean it needs
Why does it need
validation,
validation?
bro? What does that mean?
I just want to know if the plate's available.
I just want my plate.
I just want my.
Hello.
That's a bummer. It needs validation.
What does that even mean?
It needs like a VIN number. It needs.
Brutal.
Come on. God. Yeah, I know.
This is Monty trolling.
Yeah, my wife is sitting next to me here in the studio trolling me. I could, yeah, okay. God damn it. I deserve better than.
Do you guys do vanity plates? Like, how many of you have vanity plates?
Request person. Oh, wait, let's see. Is there a. Yeah, how many people here have vanity plates? Yeah, there's nowhere to just look up and see if. There's nowhere to look up and see plate designs. Yeah, okay. Ooh, off highway. I don't know what that means. I can't do that. Yeah, I would, I just wish that I could see if a plate's available. It doesn't tell you that.
I think you have to choose a style first, right?
Right. I go with this one.
Okay.
Request personalized plate.
Okay.
Will this give it?
Okay.
It still wants all
That's
that.
very woof of you.
Okay, hang on. God,
I got to fill out the information.
I have to go into my app and get my last four of my VIN.
Guys. So I was trying to look at my plate, and I needed my VIN number, but it looks like it's not available currently.
It's not what you think.
Guys. So I was talking to Wolf.
You're not funny.
I know.
Dude, all this double authentication BS.
You
now.
suck.
Yeah, can you just log me in?
Can you just scan my face on the biometrics and log me in, please?
Oh my God,
please.
Facial recognition.
Bro, I'm just trying to get my VIN number.
That's what fucking ticks me the
And
fuck off.
They want
they want your social, your birthday, they want your alternate password,
Is it really not? Oh, rate the app.
Oh, wow, man. Wow.
It is what it is.
Now we've gone too far. Yeah, and now my wife says that I can't get the guys because that'd be too much of a hit in the tenderloin in San Francisco.
I just thought that you would appreciate.
I appreciate the I appreciate you looking out. Bro, I can't. Is this not the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen?
What about in your insurance app?
I'm looking in my insurance app.
Well, she said to look in the Beamer app, dude.
I couldn't find it in the Beamer app.
Well,
God damn it. I just want to do a unplanned bit on the show about my stupid effing thing, and it won't.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
Add to Apple. Let's see if I can add the insurance card to my Apple wallet. There it is, right there. Holy hey muley. God, Jesus.
Okay.
Cheese and rice.
Okay.
I don't know that. Okay, now you can all go suck a D. Because now I need to know that
suck a D.
Because now it wants like the temporary, sucking a ding dong. Hey, can you guys also provide the temporary tag number on your car? No. God, is it this difficult to find out if a plate's available in Utah? I mean, are you out of your ever loving mind?
It's Utah.
Yeah. Like it's so frustrating that you can't
take it. See ya.
You really can't just look up if a plate's available. Seriously.
No, I don't think you can. Guys. I can only do guys.
Yeah.
Guys. Okay, I agree. God, son of a... Okay, that's it. Bit's over.
So I said, yeah.
I'm out of patience. That's it. Hey, Monty. I could absolutely do hey, I've been looking at different like Monty plates. It's 7 letters.
Right.
Program, absolutely. Showgram, got wedge, Jake's new vanity plate. He doesn't have wedges at all.
Right.
What happened in Reno, I was just there yesterday. There was a shooting at a casino. FAFO, that's one that you could absolutely. Meat Liker, MEAT space LKR. Liquor. F Stadium James. That's too long. Jake's vanity plate. Don't piss me off. There you go. The robot making sure you're not a robot. Yes.
Bro, F Stadium.
Monty's vanity plate. Rectory. Jack's vanity plate. Director. Okay.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah. Don't piss me off. And F Stadium James probably are the winners right now. No, do Monty Show. MTY Show. Nobody's going to know what MTY means. And that's a Honda Civic license plate. TJ Beck, Timothy. Okay. Brandon says
Timothy.
No shoff, no P-shoff.
No push-off.
No push-off. Oh, you can. That's what's so bad about the flu game, losing the flu game. You know how many people ask me about that license plate?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love Ryan Smith. Yeah. For sure. Rectory guys, Oak State James.
Tusks up.
For those of you who don't know, the Utah Department of Motor Vehicles, a human being has to review and approve vanity plate applications.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
You can go in person to do the same. You can. But they used to have a website.
That's not what we want to hear, bro.
Yeah, they used to have a website. And maybe I should just register it. Don't people register it? Montana vanity plate lookup. Hang on. Right? Vanity.
So we are definitely scheming now.
Let's ride.
Right. I'll get a P.O. box.
Don't try
You think
me,
I
bro.
won't get a
Don't
P.O.
try
box? You think I won't get a P.O. box?
Dude.
Wow, Montana's got nice plates.
Oh, you got to do that one right there, the black one. The black and
This
white
one?
No.
This one.
That one, yeah. That
Youth
one.
overcoming life's obstacles.
Okay, cool. Whatever. I don't care about that. I just want to know if the plate's available.
All right. Let's see. Donation, contact information. It doesn't. Okay. Can I just why is this so difficult to look into a database where I can look at vanity plates? I just want to know anyway, I can't even do it on Montana's site. Like that's so annoying. Custom license plates no. All right, I give up. Anyway, that's the life I live. I can't figure out how to look up, Now I got to go look up Montana license plates. They're really nice, actually. Welcome to the Nightmare Wins the Monty Program Vanity Plate Contest. Ooh, what did he say? Welcome to the Nightmare. Where is it? Did I miss it? Yeah, and Donut says his cock could absolutely do that. Mike Smith, Team Lean. Gumby says... Gloria. Yeah.
His cock.
Where is what did I miss here? I guess I just didn't see it. We get a lot of comments.
Yeah, you gotta tip.
Oh, I got a tip.
No. They have to tip to
see it.
Yeah, to see it easier.
Big Blue Horse is a member for 21 months.
Okay. Much like the license plate lookup.
Choose your hard. Appreciate your work. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah, you have to. Yes. 21 times a month. Welcome to the nightmare. 21 times a month. Yes.
Yeah.
Glenn, Ohio State. Yes. What about something Irish?
Ohio State.
I don't know about that. Just the tip.
Marcus Freeman is the best.
Yeah, count to 10, prick.
Sucking a ding dong.
Yeah, exactly. Just the tip. Yeah. I don't I need to find a good BMW yellow car license plate. I used to have Talks to You.
Yeah.
I had Cubs, Kubz win, Cubs win, which was a really good one. Came back here and had Flu Game, which was outstanding.
Yeah.
So,
really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
That's the one. And you know what? I bet you I can do it. You know where I can do it? I can use Mrs. Monty's car information. That's how I can do it.
We were saying that.
Request a personalized plate. Last name.
Monty.
Jones.
Okay, so you're using Mrs. Monty's car.
Mrs. Monty's car.
Okay.
Because that will allow me to do the test because I know the information.
Everybody gets a test.
And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's see now if we can, what? How many O's are in her plate? Good Lord. Okay. No. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now we have
entered the system.
Group personalized plate. Yes. One plate. Okay. Next. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
What are some of the examples in the chat?
Here's guys. Or no, what is it? Let me go back to the chat and let's see.
Yeah, chat. Let's go. Give us some ideas here.
Soaking? No. Try macaque. I could do macaque. Right. You guys are the worst.
Bro.
Our mother.
Dude, you gotta just type macaque in there just to see what it looks like on a plate, bro.
How would you guys spell macaque? Jesus. Like, do you understand we're all going to hell after watching this show? How would you spell macaque?
Macaque.
How about MUHKAAK?
Yeah. Does it say that's
my name? Let's see. Is it available? Apparently it is available. Macaque is available. You guys are the worst. You guys are absolutely the worst. Whatever.
That's incredible. Dude.
Let's run through. Meecac, MEECAK, IPF JMZ.
Right.
Golf for life. That's way too many. 7 letters. 7 letters is the one. Let me see if I can find the best one. Ohio State.
Yeah.
Hiscock. Okay. Let's try Hiscock. Okay. They're going to immediately come and arrest my wife for this.
Hiscock.
Yeah. HIZCOCK.
Hiscock.
It does fit with a 0.
I need a dick.
Yeah, it does. Oh, wait, hang on. HISCOC. Okay,
take the O out of it because it'll probably auto reject it for that.
There you go. HISCOC0CK is available.
I just want to thank you all.
That's terrible. You guys.
Yeah, we can't do that, bro.
Can't do that
bro.
No.
That's shameful,
all right.
Bro. Can't do that.
What do we like? Yeah, what's a yellow one?
Okay, let me look up just really quick.
Well, what's the Brazilian word for yellow or fast?
German word for yellow.
German word for yellow. And
Gelb. That's neat.
No, it's not. What is this one from Gabe? NDADIQU. What does that mean? Notre Dame. Glizzy. What does that mean? Urine? No. Okay. No. TJ. Glizzy.
Oh no, that's no. Gabe's is Anita.
Glizzy.
Isn't Gabe's Anita Dick? No.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I don't.
Okay,
I'm not.
okay.
I'm maybe.
Sorry,
I'm
Gabe.
not.
We're not as smart as you are. My bad, dude.
You know.
Sorry, bro.
You know. Nanner like banana. Okay. Okay. Glizzy. No. Jake got it. Anita Dick. Okay.
See, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Bailey Dietrich. How about I'd like an apology? Okay. How about Michigan sucks?
Ohio State.
How about hey playa? Could do that. Oh my God. Would we do a Big Daddy Magic license plate? Hey player is definitely a shout out.
Yeah.
Is hey playa available? Hey.
No way, dude. There is no way.
Is that's 7? Oh, it doesn't fit on the display though. Unfortunately.
No, that's 8, ain't it? That's 8. That's why.
That is 8. Just 8.
Take the A out between the L and the Y. People will be able to figure it out. So HEY.
Oh, that looks like crap. PLYA.
Yeah.
You could, I guess you could. Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay.
I want something that.
See, that's the thing with vanity plates.
It's
has
okay.
To look good.
Ooh, Rhino 23 is a good one because my dog used to be named Rhino before he bit the dust. TD Jesus fits. That's what she said. That could be. Cake money. That could definitely be. Ribeye. Where is Teddy Wayman when you need him? That's too many letters.
Yeah.
ND Domer. I don't hate that one. Hey playa. Could do that. Rhino 23 is a pretty good one. But what's a BMW related one? I'm fat. I am F8. I mean, I'm trying to think this is the problem. It takes me forever. And then because I don't really want one that's Monty because then everybody knows it's my car. Well, it's not that difficult to pick out. Could we do yellow submarine? No, that's too long. Get it yellow.
Yeah, yellow submarine. Yeah.
What about Luca? What about LeBron? Bavarian cream, Mike. Beam this.
I actually don't mind that.
Okay. BMW related, no turn signals. See what he did there?
There's no turn signals.
See what he did there?
Yeah.
Maury, I'm just catching up, but I know a while ago someone sent you a video of Dave Aranda's players doing squats. Woof. Could do that. Yes, Dave Aranda's doing squats. Yes, of him doing squats with his players. YLOSUB. Yes. Yeah, boy, you guys are on this license plate.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
You guys love it. Dave Aranda's just a weird guy, Maury.
Yeah, that clip is weird, bro.
Have you guys, just in case you didn't see it?
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where they're talking about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this midget, can he roll there? And he go, no, he doesn't roll. You throw him. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? I think if you start talking, they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think that we're making fun of them. So then I must start, they may get mad at us. And then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us. And they go, one of us. And I think that's the thing with coaching, call it recruiting. It's that way. They talk about acquiring players, getting rid of players, just like that. And the whole thing underneath all that is they make them think they're one of us. You know what I mean? And it's like, But I don't know. Do you have to do that to win? That sucks. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So weird, bro. Like,
I don't know what that is, and I'm glad I don't know what that is. RLR. What is this one? I feel like that's midget.
Roller midget.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Kaiser? No. Just do Rocket. One of us could be one of us. Yeah, San Diego State will win the national championship in football and basketball this season. So I should just do.
All right, BDM. We'll see you later, dude.
So I should just do San Diego State. Oh my! What if I just did WNBA? I think that's probably available. All right, couple more things before we have to get here. Can we talk about fighting over dog poop, please,
bro?
I appreciate all the suggestions.
Why is this such a problem, dude? Honestly,
we got to talk about this now because I think it's become a problem. And that is that there are people who, and it happens all the time in my neighborhood, people don't pick up after their dog. Their dog will burn a deuce. People won't pick it up.
Right.
But there are multiple HOA lawsuits in this country now where they are seeking, and they lost. The one got thrown out of court last year, where they were seeking to take the person's house because she was going to a certain row of homes and having her dog poop on their lawn, wearing a mask. We talked about this on the show, wearing a mask and leaving her dog dung there.
Yeah.
Now there's one where a lady is throwing dog poop at people's houses. There's a big controversy over people actually picking up their dog poop, but throwing it in somebody else's garbage can. To which I say, why do you care if somebody puts dog poop in your garbage can?
Yeah.
For me, my garbage cans aren't available, so I don't really have to worry about that. But I'll be honest with you, I've done that 1,000 times. Who hasn't? Like Mike Gundy, right? Like I have picked up my dog. I always pick up after my dog, right? We walk our dog probably once a year. I try to walk my dog every day. I don't always succeed. But my wife bought a little thing for poop bags on the leash. So I always have a poop bag with me. And I've been in the position where I didn't have a poop bag. I've used a leaf. They have community garbage cans. I threw it in they have community dog poop bags. It's such a problem where I live that they have bagged stands with dog poop bags in them.
Yeah.
I think you are the weakest of the weak.
Yes.
If you do not pick up after your dog.
Yeah, I just think it is a common courtesy that and a responsibility. I mean, I just don't think it's that much to ask to, pick up your dog's droppings. They're crap. And the problem is that, you'll get buddy who's like, oh, I'm out of bags. And it's like, well, here's the problem. In my community too, and I don't think it's because it's I don't think it's because it's a problem, unlike that license plate you just put in. I don't think it's because it's such a problem. I actually think they're putting these in now because it's a community asset. Like, so many people have dogs that it makes sense to have a post in the ground with a small garbage can and some dog bags because you alleviate the problem. The issue is that works in rental communities, like higher density communities. It's not as prevalent in single family spaced out communities. So you get this thing where it happens to be Thursday trash day and homegirl or homeboy leaves his dog's crap in your garbage can. And for whatever reason that upsets people, to which I say, I would rather them pick it up and bag it and throw it in the can than just leave it there.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why this upsets people so much. Like, either way, whether they throw it in your can, their can,
I'll never
or a community
understand
can, it's all really going to the same spot.
And I don't know why people get upset about it, but I think the people who don't pick up after their dog, I don't think that they should be able to revoke your home from you, right? Like, I think that's a little bit much. to foreclose on somebody's house because they're
Yeah.
But should it be $100 fine every time you're caught on a Ring doorbell? Because
Yes.
this one lady walks out to this green space in Connecticut, I think it is. I can't remember. Somewhere on the eastern seaboard. Walks out to a green space. Her dog takes a dump in front of this house that catches her almost every day, leaving a pile in their green space. And so the HOA had gone after her. And forgive me if I'm wrong, the story's like 18 months old, but they'd gone after her and tried to take her home from her.
Yeah.
Because they had sent her notices and she never replied. Then, like they started fining her. She never paid the fines. And so they're like, okay, well, you didn't pay the fines. We're going to take your house. And I first of all, I hate HOAs.
Yeah.
I think they're a racket. But if you're leaving your dog poop behind, I think it should be illegal. It's so unsanitary. It's bad for everybody else's dog. Like you're just a lazy ass. Lopes fan Gabe, what kind of trash person reaches for a mask instead of a bag when they are heading out to walk their dog? No idea. Because trash man just lifts bags out of the trash, not dump the whole can, right? Like, it should not upset you that somebody is throwing dog poop in your can. Now, it'd be nice if they would tie the bag up so it doesn't get all over the inside of your can and make your can stink.
Yeah.
But, who the F doesn't clean up after their dog, bro?
It's just weird, bro.
It's me and my wife probably walk the dog 4 or 5 days a week together.
Mm-hmm.
And not long walks or what, but just on the short walks we take, I guarantee you we see at least a pile. And if I take my dog, there's a route that takes me about 20 minutes to walk my dog. It gets me just short of like 600 steps, which is why I take that route. But that route, I'll see 3-4 because it's a big green strip. And there's 3-4 piles at least, where somebody didn't pick up after their dog.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I would go as far as to say it is disrespectful to your neighbors in the community to not pick up after your dog. And I think that, it's, I always tell people, dude, like taking care of a dog is not that difficult. Like,
yeah, TJ, I saw this, by the way. This is actually, TJ's not kidding. There is an active shooter in Manhattan. Today's not been a good day for humanity. If we're being honest. There have been multiple shootings today. Am I the only one that's freaked out by that stabbing? Wasn't it at a shopping mall, I think?
I believe so.
Where the guy just walked in and NYPD, according to CNN, double check, ABC News as well. NBC is searching for a suspect after at least one police officer and one civilian were shot in Midtown Manhattan. Which is crazy. Police now say 3 people are dead and several wounded after a gunman opened fire at a resort and casino in Reno, which obviously is chaotic because how often are casinos empty, right? Not very often, which is just, this is what we've become now, unfortunately. And you guys always joke with me that I'm a little reticent to go out of the house, but I am a little reticent to go out of the house when I see stuff like this. And I don't think that's me being get off my lawn guy. I think that is just the norm.
Yeah, I mean, the pictures that are out of this dude walking around.
Oh, it was a Michigan Walmart, excuse me. Michigan, a suspect in Michigan Walmart stabbing faces terrorism and assault charges. Like a mass stabbing at a Walmart.
Just random.
How? Because that's what's easy. No,
yeah.
That's what's easy.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. The whole thing whole thing sucks, dude. Like, it's brutal. It's just common courtesy to pick up after your dog, but much like common sense, it isn't so common. That's exactly right.
Agreed.
It's just to me, it's really difficult. And this is just me. It's really difficult to justify not not cleaning up.
Yeah, and I think the thing is like it's not like I would almost understand it if you have a small dog. Like if you have a small dog that puts out small crap and it hides in the grass and you can get away with it, I'd almost understand that more than like the people who have medium-sized dogs or large dogs that frankly take bigger craps. Like you're not going to miss I would say anything over probably 20 pounds, like 20, 25 pounds and up, you're not going to miss that. Like you're going to see that on the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
breaking police say the shooting is the 34th. No, this is, and I'm not corroborating this. This is the same building where the NFL is located. But it's crazy if you just look at where this guy is. Kim says, I'm in a Walmart right now. Be careful. It's crazy. There's just photos of this guy walking around Manhattan, just walking on the street with an AR-15.
Which is wild.
And that's, but you know what the truth is, you guys? I think we've become immune to that now. Like we almost had a president get assassinated. That didn't fix it. Right? Yeah. Like what is it going to take? Like the photo of this guy walking around, y'all, like I'm a little hesitant to share it. But it is it's
very clear that, that this is somebody who was like, yep,
this feels like a targeted, this feels like I'm going to go in here and I'm not coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
and just being kind. I'm trying not to be so inflammatory with my language. This looks like a guy who's well aware he's walking into something that he's not going to walk out of. You're walking around Manhattan and you see that. What do you do?
Yeah.
And if this truly is an NFL-related shooting, I'm hoping that's not the case, because it does not appear to me that now they're saying at least 6 are shot in Midtown Manhattan, including a law enforcement officer. He's at 345 Park Avenue, which is the NFL headquarters. But it is not indicative of the fact that he is there targeting the NFL.
Right.
That's not, and nobody is saying that. This is great. Boy, now some of the videos of this, they're saying over 10,000 people are on lockdown right now. And there are people running out of office buildings. So this is, you got to be very careful with this.
Wild.
And if you're on Twitter, watching the show on Twitter, there's all kinds of live New York TV feeds of this going on. And I think there's going to be all kinds of wild speculation on this. So be careful where your information is coming from. Let's not guess that this is an NFL related incident because there's no evidence that says it is.
Yeah.
But this dude is walking around, and he's apparently in this building. So
yeah, that's a crazy picture, dude.
Yeah, just be careful. Please be careful. Does it bring into question the NFL should be targeted? Well, no, because that's not a question this show is going to cover.
No.
Like that's not Gumby walking around Manhattan with a rifle and no cops nearby in America's most populous city. Well, I think we get very anesthetized to this. We get very, it's just normal, right? I mean, it to me, it kind of looks like he's wearing a vest, right? Like he's got on a button-up shirt and a baggy jacket. He's carrying an AR. I'm guessing that he's wearing a vest. I could be wrong.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, but though. You don't. It's a 90-degree day.
Yeah,
it's a 90-degree day, so I'm kind of struggling with the idea that he is wearing a jacket and a long sleeve button-up shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's an interesting. I think that's a very interesting point. That, I mean, who do you take action if you see that?
If you're like a civilian or?
Yeah, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a dude walking around the street with a rifle like that, yeah, I'm calling the police.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you do with that. But I would not be jumping to conclusions. I see all kinds of, guesses at what his nationality is. Who cares? Get the guy first. Then we can argue about where he came from. Right? Like, that's crazy to me. Fox in New York is saying at least 6 people are shot. He fled into that office building. And apparently the FBI, ATF, and a massive police turnout are there. So that's why I say I think he knew. I think he knew that was not going to end well.
Yeah.
So be cool out there, man. Dude's obviously not hunting for elk. That's my point. What do you do? Have you guys ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? Like, if you're walking down the street, I'm not a hero. I am running and I am getting on my phone and calling the cops.
Yeah.
That I am not a hero. I am ducking for cover, protecting me and mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I am calling the cops. And I'm not the guy that's going to video. I'm not the guy that's going to hang around and try and get on TMZ. Nah, dude, I'm out. If he's walking that way, I'm running that way. Right? And furthermore, if he's walking that way, I'm running that way. If I'm in a downtown city, I'm going to hide behind another building.
Yeah.
Run the opposite
around the
way.
corner as fast as you can.
I just, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But no, this isn't the point. I don't have any enemies. I'm not worried about it. Bro, do you think this guy shot only his enemies? That's not at all the point. The problem is the likelihood of targeting is very low here. Other than if let's say he was going to a building because he wanted somebody or some entity in that building. But you really don't think that all the people that he shot were just enemies, right? My guess is, he doesn't, that those people are random. Like the guy at Walmart.
I mean, you understand, like, the tenants of this building, right? Like, it's not, the NFL is like one of the smallest ones compared to what's in that building.
Yeah, read the list.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Blackstone, which, if you know anything about Blackstone, you've got Deutsche Bank, Capital Trust, Enterprise Ireland, KPMG, you've got heavy hitting corporate America.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to just go
It is
out
Park
on a
Avenue
limb.
in New York City.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say hey, I'm going to walk down the street with a rifle to prove a point, and then I'm going to go into a building on some type of vendetta, some type of mission to kill a lot of people.
And I would also point out that a cop is shot in this scenario, so I'm not going to be guessing at who he's targeting. There's a police officer fighting for his life right now in New York.
Yeah.
So who didn't go to work today, thinking that this was going to happen. So, and then, there's videos and pictures of civilians on the street who were in this guy's way. So I'm going to say that you didn't need to know the guy. But I think we've got to do something in our society to create relationships. That's what it feels like to me. But this is a terrifying situation in New York. So hopefully all those folks, I'm just very curious. These guys very rarely, and I think maybe to Ghoster's point or wherever your name was, maybe he was headed for a certain target. The people that were in this guy's way were not his target. They were just in his way, including a police officer.
Target's inside the building somewhere.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Seriously, there's your vanity plate. I'm out. I and my wife and I talk about this all the time. One of the reasons I don't like going to the movies, I don't love one. We traveled 2 weeks ago and my wife is just getting over being sick. So I don't love the whole public thing, but I also don't trust the people around. I don't trust the people around. I'm in a state where you don't have to have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what you've got in your pocket. Like that to me is crazy. Well, you would think. I don't shop at Walmart or Target. I have no idea. I'm sure Target's got security, but I have no idea. I don't shop at big box stores. I go to Costco. They don't have security at Costco. Right? Now, are we thinking, I have no idea, but it could happen. It could happen anywhere. Suspect is dead. He is down. According to ABC News, suspect dead after at least 2 people shot outside office building on Park Avenue in Midtown. And now we begin to understand at some point who this is. And thankfully that's over. Yeah, that's brutal. What?
Okay, well.
Now we'll find out.
This was a great show.
Now we'll find out. What a crazy way to end the show.
Bro.
All right. Last show ever. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but see, this is what's great about the show. Something like crazy like this is happening. We all get together and talk about it, right? Yeah. Last time I was at a Walmart, an armed security guard was at the door. Strange times. Very strange times. Yeah. I'm not relying on some dude getting paid security guard money to stop an active shooter. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Be safe out there, you guys. The Monty Show presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.